Big John, he's got a lot riding on this one.
Curtis Granderson takes the first pitch low for ball one. Granderson 1 for 3 with a pair of walks last night. And Detroit's 10-7 victory over the Angels. They jumped on the Angels and Jared Weaver early. A 10-0 lead against Weaver in the bullpen. Jared gave up half of those runs in 5 1/3. Fouled off. Weaver would lose that pitching duel with Justin Verlander, who is hitting 100 miles an hour at times in the game. But the Angels would come back on both Verlander and the Detroit pen. But the Angels had just fallen into too big of a hole to climb out of. He did not go, says third base umpire Mark Harrelson. Tim Welke is not umpiring. He took a foul ball in the mask last night, so he is out. Delphin Colon has been called up from the minor leagues, and he is umpiring second base with the balls and strikes being called by Chad Fairchild. Ooh, a curveball that swung on and missed, and John gets Granderson to open the game.
All right, there's his first punch out. Granderson, he strikes out a lot. That's his 108th strikeout on the year. Defending behind Big John Lackey, Torrey Hunter, Juan Rivera, Bobby Abreu. That's been the mainstay most of the season. Ibar and Howie Kendrick. Now Kendrick's getting the start against the lefties. Socha has been giving him the nod over lefties. But this guy here, Rob Quinlan, 12 started first base. I tell you, he has been marvelous this season. He has not erred in any spot Mike Socha has put him in the last 42 starts and 42 games. Quinny is a very solid utility player for the Angels, and Socha loves him. He's giving him the reps over Kendry Morales in today's game. You won't miss much out of him from Morales being missed, although he does have a little more power potential than Quinlan. But Quinny, he's a career .305 hitter against lefties, and he might have something for his ex-teammate Washburn.
The Angels have 39 games in the next 41 days, so only 2 days off. So Mike Socha is picking his spots to rest guys, and Morales will get a rest today. Angels do have an off day on Thursday, but that has been filled now because of the celebration of Chuck Finley and Brian Downing. And that is a line drive to left field for a base hit. It is a replacement game for a game that was canceled because of Nick Edenhardt's passing back in April. And that Oakland contest is in for this Thursday, and then they'll play 3 with the Athletics on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that were originally scheduled. But Thursday should be a good one, so fans come to the ballpark and celebrate with the Angels and honor 2 Hall of Famers, Chuck Finley and Brian Downing. Here's Magglio Ordonez, 1 for 2 with a walk last night. And he lines this one fair down the right field line. Racing around to third is Polanco, and Ordonez will move into second base. First base is open. I know it's early, but a guy who's been on fire is next, and I wouldn't be surprised if John Lackey intentionally walks Miguel Cabrera.
Well, you know, at some point they're going to have to pitch around him a little bit. This guy is the most dangerous guy in their lineup. Unlike the Angels, where they have many guys that can hurt you in their lineup, you know, this is a situational team that team that hits him good in situations, but this guy for power, he does it all. Cabrera just 1 for 3. Lifetime off John. Haven't faced him all that much.
They're coming inside. Wow. And they're going to go after Cabrera. Miguel had 3 hits last night. We told you he has that hit streak going in 8 games. He is 20 for 37 during that streak, batting .541, and drove in half of his team's runs last night.
At first fastball up and in, that's probably what he wants to stay with. He had 2 big hits off of breaking balls.
Caught too much of the plate there, and it is fouled back 0-2. Cabrera finished last night's game against the Angels with 2 doubles, a home run, and 5 RBIs. It was the first time in his career that he's collected at least 3 extra base hits and at least 5 RBIs in the same game. Big time star, now batting .341. That's 4th best in the American League, behind Mauer, Suzuki, and Bartlett.
The Tigers, they got 1 off of Weaver last night in the first, but he had to execute a few pitches to hold it at 1. They had him in trouble. So far, no off-speed pitches to Cabrera. Weaver tried to get him on a changeup and a curve, and he hurt him. So Lack's saying, all right, I'm going to see if he can get his hands extended on me. Now, he might try one in the dirt. You know, I want to see if he can get him to swing out of the zone a little bit here. He's got 2 strikes on him.
Blocked nicely by Jeff Mathis. No advance. Polanco now at third base. Ordonez at second base. 1 out. We're in the first inning.
Mathis, he gets the call tonight behind the plate for Big John Lackey. Now Mathis, he's got 63 2/3 innings so far of John Lackey, and he has a nice 2.83 ERA as a catcher catching him.
They're coming back inside, and that ball is shot towards the second baseman, Kendrick. A run will score. Ordonez goes to third. Cabrera is out at first base, and a 1-0 Detroit lead.
Hey, Lackey went right back to the fastball, and that ball was rifled out to Howie Kendrick. Nice job of staying with it, cradling the ball in. It's good soft hands. You really had to save that. See, a ball wanted to pop out, but that's some soft hands right there, and that saved a lot. If that ball gets by him, they're going to get 2 runs on that. So he saved a run right there from Lackey. Now Huff gets a little bit of a brushback pitch, which is always good, and John, he does that. That's part of his game.
They acquired Aubrey Huff last week, a week ago Sunday, from the Baltimore Orioles because they wanted protection for Miguel Cabrera, and Huff hitting 5th behind Miggy, and Huff is just 2 for 20 with his new ball club. He had hit 13 home runs and driven in 73 with Baltimore.
Huff hadn't had a whole lot of success off of Big John.
Hook in there, and now he has a 2-2 count.
Yeah, he just
2-1 count. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hey, Huff's only 2 for 30 off of Big John.
32 years old. Goes after the high heat. 2-2. Angels were able to control Huff in Baltimore as they took 3 of 4 games. Then on a Monday, he was traded to Detroit for a pitcher in the minor leagues, Brett Jacobson. Just barely outside. Count is full, 3-2. Ordonez at third base. Angels trailing 1-0 in the first. Tigers came in leading the Central at 66-58 with a 3.5 game lead over the Chicago White Sox. White Sox trailing Boston tonight 6-3 in the 9th, and a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Mathis throw in time. Huff is out. So are the Tigers, but they score a run on 2 hits. We'll see Jared Washburn when we come back. Rangers at 74-49. Here's the AM/PM batting order. Figgins, Abreu, Hunter, and Torrey Hunter's hit safely in all 6 games since he's returned from the DL. 370 average. Vlad Guerrero, Juan Rivera, then Ibar, Kendrick, Quinlan, and Mathis. On the mound will be Jared Washburn. Spent 11 years in the Angels organization, 7 in the major leagues, and he said, I called this team family for years, and now he's going to try and beat them.
That's right, but they're not tonight. Washburn has no friends on the opponent or in the crowd. Now, he's got some fans that love him, but he's got 4 pitches. Same thing he had when he was in Halo. He's a veteran guy. He's going to use a nice quick pace. He's going to keep hitters off balance.
And that is shot past Brandon Inge into left field. Figgins quickly around first base, puts the brakes on there. Good throw from the left fielder Carlos Guillen, a former infielder.
Yeah, no, he's got a good hose out there, and he didn't want Figgy on second base. But Figgy laced one right by Inge. Inge was playing in. This is what you want from a leadoff hitter, so you can pull it by him just like he did. Granderson, very good center fielder, covers a lot of ground. Santiago again getting the second start in a row. And you got Polanco there, very solid guys. Ayala, he's doing the catch tonight. Avila, that's his name. He's getting a call behind the plate with Washburn. And I mentioned Washburn's pitches.
Jared's been really tough against left-handers, and the only left-hander in the Angels lineup tonight is at the plate. That's Bobby Abreu. He's hitting .309 and .285 against left-handers this year, but lefties only batting .176 against the Detroit Tigers starter.
Washburn does a great job holding that running game down. He gives a lot of different looks. He also uses a slide step, so that helps get the ball home a little bit quicker. But he's had a little bit of a tough time with his ERA over 6 since joining the Detroit Tigers. He's had 5 starts. He had 1 good outing, and that was his last outing. So Wash has got that good sinking fastball. He's going to cut a little bit, curve, slider, and a changeup.
The 4 previous starts were at Comerica, so this is his first with the Tigers on the road, and that's at the very familiar Big A. He is now 30-37 in this ballpark. He won 75 games with the Halos.
That ball almost hit Abreu's fingers, and he swung at it. He's taking his time getting in that batter's box. Okay, watch. He's setting up the next pitch. That's the big curve. He'll try to sweep it away from Abreu. If it's hanging, Abreu will try to pull it.
Try to sweep it away. The count is 2-2, and Washburn learned himself a sinking fastball this year. Rick Adair, his pitching coach with the Seattle Mariners, he taught him that, and Jared told me when he was with Seattle, he said that was the difference maker this year, going from a 4.69 ERA last season to 3.18 this year.
Another breaking ball away, trying to get in the chase. Bobby's really good at seeing pitches. Very patient hitter. Figgins looks like he's been pretty patient over there, not wanting to steal right away off Wash. 3-2, nobody out. He might be going here.
Slide step swung on, driven in the alley left center field, and the center fielder runs it down beautifully. What a catch by Curtis Granderson.
And that ball was tailing away from him. It was going towards the left fielder. But with that kind of speed, I mentioned it when we showed you their defense about the ground he can cover. And he's got a big yard at Comerica in Tiger Stadium, and he uses that speed to rob a lot of hitters from extra base hits. Look at Abreu looking out there, the center fielder Granderson saying, man, how'd you make that play? Oh, that's on the dead run. Speed is a wonderful tool. Wash says, all right, way to pick me up.
That saved him 1 run. Detroit still leads 1-0. Torrey Hunter, the batter.
Figgy had already rounded second base when the catch was made. So in order to go back to first base correctly, you got to retouch second and head back to first base. He did that. Now he just said, Dino, give me the signs again. Look at him. He's saying, I don't really see him. Can you give me the signs again by rotating his finger and his wrist like that? Roll him over again.
Outside ball 1. Hunter back from the DL. He had a strain in the right adductor sideline of 32 games. It's down in the groin area, and he hurt it making a catch almost a month before the Angels put him on the DL, slamming into the wall at Dodger Stadium, making a tremendous catch on a Matt Kemp drive. Drew Hunter in his wheelhouse, and he fouled it back. In the last game that Jared Washburn pitched was against his old team Seattle. received a no decision against the Mariners, but the M's hit him for 4 home runs. Lopez, Jojima, Sweeney, even a lefty, Branyan, took him deep.
Torrey, he's got a 10-game hitting streak going. Season high is 11. A little bit of change up there. But you mentioned Wash experimenting with his little cutter, little sinker. You know, he's evolving. As you get a little bit older and get a little up there in age, you're going to start to try to create a couple different looks. Now, he's lost a little velocity, but what he's lost there, he's made up in smarts. That's Alex Avila, catching him. Just missed with that one. Torrey still has not homered since coming back. And now the Angels last night didn't score in the first inning. I mean, first time through the order at all. Okay, there's a little more sense of urgency now. They want to jump on Wash early.
Just barely outside, they walk under. That pushes Figgins into scoring position with 1 man out in the first inning. Now you've got a tough man to contend with because Washburn knows about the abilities of Vladimir Guerrero. You can throw him a great pitcher's pitch, and this guy may drive it and hit it off or over the wall.
And he has done that 3 times in his career versus Wash, along with a .375 average. So he's hit Washburn pretty well.
Washburn's always gone after him with soft stuff away. And we'll try that again. Ball 1. Vladimir Guerrero hit him .351 with 7 home runs and 11 RBIs in the 19 games since he's returned from the DL. Hurt his right hamstring, his left calf. Back now, feeling healthy, feeling aggressive. Get out of play, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. The series this year, Detroit has the edge, 4 victories to 3, but the Angels have won 52 of the last 70 games at the Big A against Detroit, and that goes back to 1996. That was the year Rex Hudler dominated the team. He was the Angels' second baseman, and you beat the Tigers up that year. Inge makes a tremendous play, and this will rob the Angels of a run and also end the inning.
Wow.
2 great defensive plays in the first by Detroit.
Washburn gets out unscathed, but I don't know about the rest of this game. The Angels look pretty good. Nice turn.
Final of 10-7. John Lackey will face a left-handed batter and Carlos Guillen to open the second inning. Guillen, Avila, and Inge. Carlos a down season, batting .242. He's had a battle injuries much of this year, back from the DL, hitting .280 since.
Ooh, nice changeup. You see how Guillen had to reach out there for that, got him way off balance. John working ahead.
Backs him off the plate with a fastball. It's 1-2. Lackey didn't pitch that badly in his last game against Cleveland. He lost to the Indians. He gave up 6 runs in 5 1/3. You say, well, that doesn't sound good, but he had a 1-1 game until the 6th, and then struck by a little misfortune. Ran out of gas, wound up walking 4. Prior 7 games with quality starts, and Guillen fouls that one off.
Guillen has a very nice inside-out swing. He'll go line to line. He's got good power. We saw him hit a home run opposite field in last night's game. But you know, you miss 68 games, it's going to throw your timing off a little bit. So he's trying to get himself back together.
Check swing low. Count is even, 2-2. Lackey threw 21 pitches in the first inning, 13 in that zone. Angels starting pitching certainly will be key the final 6 weeks of the season. The last month, the Angels starters only have 10 quality starts, and Lackey has 5 of them. Ground ball third. Figgins has it. 1 down.
Yeah, but Mike Scioscia is very confident in his guys, and he's expecting them to go out and give him some innings. High expectations for Mike Scioscia and the Angel fans here. I'm sure that was behind that little tirade that after June 11th he scolded his ball clubs and said, look, we're not a 500 team, and our fans that come to the ballpark and aren't expecting to see a 500 team either. If we don't shape it up, I'm going to find some players that will. And man, they responded immediately.
They went from 4.5 games back to a 5-game lead in the West. You can see what the Angels have done, winning 45 of their 65 since starting 500. And it was June 12th when they won that ball game and carried on after that. Breaking ball misses low and inside, but starting pitching always is key, and the Angels will get back Joe Saunders tomorrow. He had a great power pen yesterday, threw all his pitches, felt great today. 2-0 pitch catches the inside corner to Alex Avila. Here is a rookie, just 22 years old, out of the University of Alabama, team's 5th round draft pick a couple of years ago. Is really new to the catching position. Only played it 1 year in college and a year and a half in the pros. Bouncing ball hit to Rob Quinlan. He'll cover it, and that's the 2nd out. Well, for Detroit, they saved Washburn a couple of runs in the first inning.
That's right. That's our Jack in the Box outside the box. How about running this ball down? Granderson saved a run there, no question. And then another one was saved there by Inge. As he takes that shot off of Vladdy and quickly turned it into a double play. Wash says all right, but the first inning, outside the box, of course, Jack always lives in. Wash was picked up big time by his defense. Now, that's a sign of things to come. There's some places you can't defend, and that's over the fence.
And here's Inge. He goes after the first fastball and misses strike 1. Meantime, Texas has a 10-5 lead over the Yankees at Yankee Stadium in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that one, it was Millwood against Chamberlain. I tell you, the Rangers will not go away. It doesn't matter home or away. They are a flat good team this year. And the Rangers were just a game and a half behind Boston in that wild card chase. The Red Sox, though, have beaten the White Sox 6-3, and that also helps out the Tigers, who have now a 4-game lead in the Central. Up and in.
John has hit 8 batters this year. That leads the Angel staff. Likes to pitch inside. And that's effective. Opens up the outside part of the plate for him.
Base hit, right field. So Inge is on with 2 out. Lackey expects to get everybody out. He has that sour look on his face like, what are you doing getting a base hit off me? He would compete at checkers.
Certainly anything.
Ramon Santiago, the number 9 batter. Curveball in there, strike one. Santiago has taken over their everyday shortstop role, it seems like. Adam Everett, they expected to find a short this year. They went after defense. It has been Santiago doing a better job defensively and offensively. He has only made 6 errors this year.
Hey, Brandon Inge at first base. He's a good athlete. He's got nice speed, but he's not a prolific base stealer. He just has 2 stolen bases this year. Has been caught 4 times. I don't think John's too concerned about him stealing. Mathis this year has thrown out 21.3% of the runners.
It's off Lackey. I don't think he's going to have time. He makes the throw anyway, and it's a wild one. That will send Inge to third base. And to second base, Ramon Santiago. That was a ball that John had no business throwing.
And you just talked about him being a competitor. So when a guy hits a ball off of him and he has a chance to make the play, he wants to get him out. Okay, ball almost went through cleanly, but you're right. Ibar and Howie Kendrick need to be screaming at the top of their lungs, no, 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 before he even thinks about throwing it. See? The defense has got to help the pitcher there on that, but that is a rookie mistake.
Instead of first and second, it's second and third, where a single could make it 3-0. John's pitch, strike one to Granderson, who he struck out in the first.
Now they all make mistakes time to time. Now the Angels defense, they haven't been making a lot of mistakes, but it does happen occasionally. 60 errors this year.
Third fewest in the American League, so the defense has been excellent. Granderson took a run away from the Angels in the first inning, robbing Bobby Abreu of extra bases. That would have scored Sean Figgins from first base. Line foul. Hung that breaking ball, caught too much of the plate, but still it's 1-2. And time for What Do You Know? Brought to you by Radio Shack. Curtis Granderson, 2007, one of 3 players ever with 30 doubles, 20 triples, 20 homers, and 20 stolen bases in 1 year. Frank Schulte did it back in 1911, and Jimmy Rollins 2 years ago. Tried to jam him. Did he go? Oh, baby. They say he held up. What'd you think, Hud?
Well, that's a good inside pitch. And in the umpire's interpretation, did he offer it that? I don't think so. I think it's pretty good call there. It's not whether the bat crosses the head of the plate. It's a total interpretation by the umpire.
Full count, 3-2.
Okay, now John really would like to finish Granderson off here. Polanco's on deck, another guy who puts the bat on the ball, makes a lot of contact. I think he tried to get Granderson to swing and miss for the second time. Got him first at bat of the game, punch out. Doesn't want to let him go.
Struck him out on a curveball. Great pitch by John Lackey, but he's thrown a lot of pitches early against the Tigers.
But he picked himself up right there. Nice pitch.
escape trouble in the top of the second, striking out Curtis Granderson with runners on second and third. Now Washburn, who got great defense in the first inning to help him out, faces Juan Rivera. Inge started a double play that ended the first. Granderson took extra bases away from Bobby Abreu, where the Angels might have a 2-1 lead.
3 out of the 4 hitters hit him hard.
1-1.
Hunter milked the walk. Defense is a complement to pitching when it plays well. Juan, he's raked Washburn at a 360 clip with 3 homers in his career.
Coming inside, and he does not bite. The count moves to 2-1. Jared Washburn had some great years with the Angels. His best was 2002 when he won 18 games and helped the club to the World Championship. Fastball in there. A terrific teammate. Biggest games, he beat the Yankees in the clinching Game 6 of the American League Division Series. He beat the Twins in Game 3 of the American League Championship Series, allowing 1 run in 7 innings.
He used to get away with that high fastball. He liked to blow it by guys, and that was when he was a little bit younger. He's become a finesse lefty now. Still knows that he can get a few outs up in the zone, but his velocity, he'll max out at 90-91. That's a good fastball, but you can't get away with it upstairs very often.
Rivera lines a base hit to left field, and the Angels have the leadoff man on for the second straight inning.
Okay, good job. Juan Rivera, he milked Washburn. I think the Angels are very comfortable hitting against Washburn. And I just don't believe that Washburn's going to last long in this game. That's just my feeling. The way he's pitching, the way Angels are kind of waiting on their pitch, and they're getting some really good wood on him. You know, the defense has made some good plays, but like I said, you can't defend everything. And if they wait him out for that cookie down the middle, he's going to have a tough night.
When he signed with the Seattle Mariners, he wanted to come back with the Angels, and he said the first year he came back was tough on him because he didn't want to leave Southern California. He said it's just not another game when he comes back. It is a big moment. Started just once at Angel Stadium in 2007 and called it one of the best games he had ever pitched. He held the Halos to 5 hits over 7 scoreless innings. Seattle's 6-0 win, so he's had some big games here against the Angels. There's a flare to center field. Ibar gets a base hit. Rivera will not test the arm of Curtis Granderson. 2 on with nobody out. And fans come out and see Howie Kendrick at the AT&T store located at 12830 Seal Beach Boulevard in the city of Seal Beach on Friday, August 28th. Howie will be signing autographs from 11:30 to 1. Come join all the fun, prizes, and Angels atmosphere courtesy of AT&T. They play some good baseball in Seal Beach. It's the hometown of one JT Snow. 2 on, nobody out. Kendrick will try and get him home.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to see him bunt him. You don't want to waste this guy's ability by moving a couple runners. He's got good offense. Quinlan is hitting behind him. Quinlan hasn't been in there a lot every day, so really I think Mike Scioscia's wanting Howie to pick up the runs here. 301 hitter with runners in scoring position. Overall, the Angels 307, best mark in baseball.
Washburn wants to get together with his young catcher Alex Avila. This has to be a real test with a guy who only has 2.5 years of catching experience. The last year at Alabama and then a year and a half in the pro ranks with the Tigers. He was a former third baseman.
And this is his first start catching Washburn. Gerald Laird has caught Wash in his other 25 1/3 innings. See, Washburn now, he's pushed the ball a little bit. He's a little nervous at contact. Even though he's a veteran, he looks up at that board and he sees a majority of the Angels hitting 300. That can be a mental downward spiral if you let that get to you. If they can hit, and he knows it.
Kendrick, a favorable count. And he cracks that one to right center
He
field.
ain't catching
Granderson
that
going back, and that ball is gone. A home run by Howie Kendrick, and the Angels take a 3-1 lead.
Why would you want to sacrifice bunt that? That just moves him over. Heck, you might as well pick him up with an opposite field ding-dong. That's beautiful. That's how you hit right there. First cookie he sees, he unloads on it. I can tell by the way he hit it, the way Granderson was running, he wasn't catching that one.
That really took off.
Just have that feeling about the Angels offense here in this one off of a guy like Washburn that doesn't have a real out pitch. And like I said earlier too, you can't defend over the wall.
And Kendrick with a career best 8 home runs in one season. He's come back from the minor league assignment quite well, hitting over 300. Quinlan takes outside, but Washburn's also falling behind a 2-0 fastball that Kendrick absolutely crushed right center field and over the big wall.
Yes, and you know, that was a liner. It wasn't exactly a lofting fly ball.
Ooh, he got it on the hands of Rob, and it is rolled towards first. Washburn picks it up and touches the bag just in front of Quinney. 1 down. So Howie Kendrick with his 8th home run this year. And that was his 20th. He has been sharing that role with Meiser's Turris at second base. Meiser getting most of the starts against right-handers because he's a switch hitter, can bat from the left side, and Kendrick getting the starts against the lefties. Well, Mike Scioscia put him in at the right time with a 3-run home run to give the Angels their first lead of this series. Jeff Mathis. Mathis has been catching a lot of the Lackey games and doing a great job.
2 for 13 versus Wash with a homer.
He cracks that one into left field, but it is caught by the left fielder Guillen, so 2 outs now in the second inning. The Angels Baseball Foundation does a great job, and the Angels wives have been putting together plates and baskets for an online auction, and we will be talking with one of the wives, Carly Mosley, Dustin Mosley's wife, and the top of the 3rd inning about what's taking place and who will benefit. Certainly, of course, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Orange County will be benefiting from this great cause. Here's Sean Figgins, and first pitch fastball in there, strike 1. Figgins single to left field his first time up. Just barely outside, but the Tigers were able to pick up Washburn before the trade deadline, and he had pitched brilliantly in July. As a matter of fact, he was the American League Pitcher of the month of July with a 4-1 record and an ERA under 1.5. It has been over 6 since the trade with Detroit.
Sometimes you try too hard when you join a team. You know, they don't know you real well, and you want to fit in right away, but the best way to do it is to go out there and pitch. But you can see
not much run support.
No.
Popped up right side. Ordonez on and makes the catch, but Howie Kendrick with a 3-run home run. Right center field, and the Angels go from 1 down to 2 up.
Oh, what a sweet stroke.
Themed basket or plate designed by Angels wives and girlfriends. Baskets contain autographed and game-used items signed by Angels players, and much more. Honor first pitch and play ball kit are also included. Log on to the auction section of angelsbaseball.com to bid now through September 7th. Proceeds benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. The Angels with a 3-1 lead, and John Lackey to face the number 2 hitter Placido Polanco, and the pitch is swung on. Ground ball struck to Eric Ibar, and very quickly we have 1 out in the 3rd inning. We're now joined by Carly Mosley, Dustin Mosley's wife. And Carly, tell me about the program, because it goes to the Angels Baseball Foundation, and what you have here.
Well, we have this is the Angels basket, and it's got just a little bit of everything. It's got something from several of the players. We've got some signed hats. Let's see, I have a list here. There's a Torrey Hunter autographed hat, Kevin Jepsen autographed glove, Brian Fuentes, let's see, game used autographed cleats, just some awesome stuff.
Check out Tito's spikes, man. He's got his name on them. Look at that. Look at, he's got his name on the end of the spikes and a nice signature here. These are beautiful items. Way to go.
And several of the items that we were able to use, the guys autographed. They were awesome helping us out with this. And this is the 3rd year we've done this. The wives get together, put together the baskets, auction them off for the Angels Baseball Foundation, which helps several different youth organizations throughout Orange County.
And John Lackey's on the mound right now, and his wife designed this plate.
She did. These are the plates that we've done for the past few years. Color Me Mine comes out and supplies everything, and you can go online under the auction tab, and the baskets will be there as well as the plates. And some of our wives are very creative, so there's some awesome things out there. Several different things to bid on this year.
We've got the Lone Star State represented and the Golden State.
John Lackey's wife Krista made this plate. Of course, she made the K for punch out. So
well, yeah, it's fitting.
Well, sure it is. Hey, speaking of fitting, how's your husband doing? How's Dustin?
You know what? He's doing great. He's getting better every day. He wishes he could be here more than anything in the world. But, you know, they're getting him back to where he needs to be, so he can be back with the team.
Where do they have him now?
He's doing awesome.
Where do they have him?
He's actually back in Little Rock right now doing some rehab there. And, like I said, getting better every day, so it's looking good.
Right on.
Can't complain a bit.
Sure miss him, but, man, I tell you what, we're doing a lot better with you up here in the booth.
Oh,
because of your beauty. Now, we're real excited.
You.
How about this Kevin Jepsen glove here? You know, this is the new young pitching star of the Angels. He signed it, got his name on there. These are items that fans are going to cherish their entire life.
Absolutely.
And starting yesterday, August 24th, fans can go to the auction section of angelsbaseball.com to bid. The auction ends at 9 o'clock on September 7th. There's a base hit up the middle by Ordonez. The best thing about Ordonez when he gets a hit against the Angels, nobody's on base. But all proceeds go to the Angels Baseball Foundation, the Boys and Girls Clubs, which is so important to Artie Moreno and the entire organization.
Absolutely.
I love this beautiful Torrey Hunter bat.
Oh, I know. Like I said, the guys they're so generous. We could not do this fundraiser without their help. They have helped us so much. They put in items that when we're going through all the things that we've collected, we're just in shock that they've been so generous with everything. And like I said, majority of our items are autographed. A lot of them are game used, which is so special to so many fans. So we're really excited about it this year. And we've got the baskets and the plates together this year, so we're hoping that it generates some more interest, and we're just excited to see what the outcome is going to be.
This is a Howie Kendrick game-worn hat right here.
Yes,
sir. See his numbers on the inside of it. That makes it official. And then, of course, to make it really official, all you do is do the smell test.
Oh, yeah.
Over the last 3 years, though, it's raised over $100,000. Which one are you going to bid on, Hud?
Hey, look, I want the Jepsen glove because Jepsen's going to be a star. Torrey Hunter already is a star. This would be a nice possession, but I love the personal touch on the plates. You could eat on this as long as you don't have me do the dishes. You don't chip it or break it. This is a nice keepsake here.
Well, and we have a lot of the kids, too. A lot of the players who have children, they come in and they, do some of the plates themselves. So a lot of our items are done by the players' kids as well, which is even more special.
Harley, do you have a favorite basket?
A favorite basket?
That fans might want to bid on?
Well, you know what? I don't know if I have a favorite. All of them are individually unique. Well, actually, okay, I take that back. This year they have a new basket, and it's a first pitch basket. So it's going to give someone the opportunity to actually come out to one of the Angels games and throw out the first pitch. We've never done it before. So we're so excited to see, how many fans get excited about possibly throwing out the first pitch for an Angels game.
There's also a Ducks basket, I understand.
There's a Ducks basket. They are also very generous with us, have helped us out in the past few years with donating items themselves. A lot of them also autographed by the Ducks players. So we like to kind of get some of the local teams in with the Angels and let them help us out as well.
And the other thing I noticed, let's say you're a fan of the Angels outfielders, like you love Bobby Abreu, Torrey Hunter, Vladimir Guerrero. They have an outfielder's basket.
They have an outfielder's basket. They have an outfielder's basket. We've got a starting pitcher's basket, an infielder's basket. So if those guys are your favorite players, then you need to check out those baskets before they get gone.
Aubrey Huff fouls one out of play. The Angels with a 3-1 lead here. Again, starting yesterday, August 24th. Fans can go to the auction section of angelsbaseball.com to bid. The auction ends at 9 o'clock on September 7th. Infielders baskets as well. Who's got the best autograph in your opinion?
The best autograph. Gosh, I might have to study those a little bit.
How about this one? How legible is that?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like the one.
And you know what you also must like about him? Arkansas lad.
I've got a little soft spot for Torrey because he is an Arkansan, so
Look how clean that signature
awesome.
is. Now, do you have anything signed by the manager, Mike Socia, in here? Because Socia has a real big league signature.
I don't think we do in this basket, but we do have a coach's basket. So if you're interested in the coach's stuff, there's a lot of good things in there, a lot of good items. Like I said, all autographed. So you go online and check it out. And there's also pictures online of the different items. So
Dustin,
good.
We're here and you're not. You outpunted your coverage.
Two thorns.
You definitely outpunted your coverage, Dustin. Way to go.
Oh, he misses everybody. Thanks.
Run home run. The Halos trying to take the first game of this series after losing last night 10-7. Jared Washburn back in the hill against his old mates and facing Bobby Abreu. Curtis Granderson robbed him of a double his last time up when he hit a shot to the left center gap, but Granderson ran it down and made a marvelous catch. Not bad, 285 against lefties, and that ball swung on, hit high in the air. Inge with a look, but no chance. Well, we got a great crowd on hand. This is a Tuesday night ball game at the Big A, and it is packed. Wonderful matchup between Lackey and Washburn. Angels went down 1-0. John gave up a run in the first inning, and the Angels came up with a 3 spot and a home run by Kendrick in the second. Abreu takes a hook inside, 2-1.
It's great to see the wives come up every once in a while, but Carly, I'd never met her before. What a bright light she is. You know, very articulate, smart, beautiful, and she told us that they're expecting their first child in January.
Congratulations to Dustin and Carly. And Dustin, one of the great guys in all of baseball. And we pull for him.
There's another bright light, but she shined brighter in here.
Swung on, popped up, inch over, moving towards the Angels dugout, makes the catch. One down in the third inning. Hey fans, the Angels are having their first ever backed by popular demand promotional giveaway night. This Friday, August 28th, the Angels will be bringing back some of the most popular kids items from earlier this year. Each child 2 through 18 will be allowed to choose one free item. Tickets for this game are still available in the view level for just $5 and the right field pavilion as low as $10 when using the password SUMMER at angelsbaseball.com or the Angel Stadium ticket window. Torrey Hunter, the batter, walked his first time up. Chases the breaking ball, strike one. Had 17 before the injury. See what he's averaged his last 7 full years. Most of those with the Twins. This is his second year with the Angels.
Okay, that's the first curveball we've seen. Wash has kind of tried to float that one over. He's a little bit short of its mark, but he's going to have to mix in everything against the Angels. They're going to be tough on him.
Not sure if you saw Lyle Spencer's article on MLB.com about Torrey Hunter's leadership. I think Lyle Spencer is one of the great baseball writers. You can feel his passion for the game, but he talked about Hunter's leadership, and he had a great quote from Brian Fuentes. There's a base hit to left field. Brian Fuentes, the Angels closer, said this, Rex: "We don't have an official captain, but everybody knows who it is."
That's right.
It is Torrey Hunter.
No question. You know, Fizz, you lead by giving love to others. You lead by showing respect to others. You don't get respect unless you give it. Torrey Hunter's fresh. He knows these guys are up here, some of them a little bit less service time than he has, but he treats them all like Hall of Famers, and that's how you lead.
And when you ask him about leadership, all he says is, "I was shown the way." Kirby Puckett, Dave Winfield, Paul Molitor. He talks about the guys who helped him when he was young.
And then he gets his time to become a big leaguer like the 8, 9, 10-year veteran he is. And he does the same thing. He mentors the young ones just like he was mentored.
Foul back.
A good pitch by Wash. He got in there so Vladdy couldn't get extended. Pitchers like to pitch him in there because any batter with long arms and like to extend that bat, that gives that little extra whip in the ball when a guy gets his arms fully extended. But if you jam him, there's a hard time getting it out. That's a good example there of it.
Vlad thought he had a base hit to left field his first time up with runners on first and second. Shot one on the ground towards the hole of the left side, but Brandon Inge dove on his belly, made the play, went to second for one, and on to first for a double play. Inge has a shot at a Gold Glove this year.
That can't be a pleasant thought if you're a pitcher facing Vladdy and you're not overpowering. You got to hit your spot. Vladdy, he crushes balls, hits the liners hard. You're 60 feet 6 inches away, and that's pretty close to a guy that lethal.
Well, he's got a good count, 3-1, man at first base, 1 out. Angels leading by a pair and a home run by Howie Kendrick.
Yes, we have seen Vladdy hit some pitchers before, and most of them have lived to tell the story, which is wonderful.
All of them, thank you.
Yes.
We remember Cameron Lowe got hit on the head. The ball lined off of his head, went to the shortstop Michael Young, and then Rafael Soriano was hit on the line drive on the head by Vlad Guerrero. And Vlad and Jose Mota immediately went that night to visit Soriano in the hospital. Lowe did not have to go to the hospital. There is the fastball that misses outside, and the Angels have him on first and second.
They're really just waiting Washburn out. They know Washburn doesn't want to throw strikes to him. Who would want to? The team It's been number one in offense in the American League almost most of the years, especially since June 11th. You know, he doesn't want to throw strikes, so they're waiting him out a little bit here now. And the lineup only gets tougher.
He doesn't have the same kind of command we saw when he was with Seattle. I mean, from the get-go, he's been falling behind batters.
And that's going to spell trouble, even if you're an overpowering guy.
Fell behind Juan Rivera, and then Rivera roped one to left field for a hit. Ibar would follow with a single, and Kendrick with the home run. The Angels now with a 3-1 lead. Jared usually very efficient getting first pitch strikes across, but not tonight. Only 4 first pitch strikes to the 14 Angels he's faced, and he's fallen behind Juan Rivera. We've seen him struggle, though, and keep his club in the ball game. Mike Scioscia said one time he's as dependable as anybody I've ever been around. He's not afraid to make in-game adjustments from batter to batter to inning to inning. Well, now's the time, Wash, to make that in-game adjustment.
He's trying just about everything, and that last at bat Juan had off of Washburn, he ended up singling off him, but he took 2 pitches that Juan hits for homers. He took them, and that's how confident he was to hit with 2 strikes. And right now he's ahead 2-0, and he's looking for anything that he can drive.
Foul out of play. They'll try it again now at 2 balls and 1 strike.
The Angels got in the minds of the Tigers last night, but it was late. 10-0. Jim Leyland, he was nervous acting, even with a 10-0 lead. And little did he know he was going to have to call in his excellent closer, Fernando Rodney, for not a 3-out save, but a 4-out save. And Rodney, he was just too tough. With a 100-mile-an-hour fastball he was sporting and an 87-mile-an-hour changeup that was a Bugs Bunny changeup. That's right, the one you see in the cartoon where the hitter swings 3 times.
Pickoff play. They do not get Hunter, and the ball rolls away from Polanco.
You ever seen that changeup on the cartoon?
Sure.
Where they throw it,
screws the guy in the ground.
Yeah, and he swings 4, 5, 6 times. The ball floats up there. That's kind of what they say about Fernando Rodney's changeup.
The count is 2-1 to Juan Rivera. 20 home runs this year, 72 RBIs for the Angels outfielder from Venezuela. He may have missed his pitch there. It was about thigh high, and Rivera will take care of it. Hunter tagged and was threatening to go, but does not. That's the 2nd out of the 3rd inning.
Hey, Wash will take that. A little pop out there. That was pretty easy now. You would think by looking at Ibar, not being that big a guy, that he's pretty easy out. But man, if you ask other pitchers in the league about this guy, they'll say he's as dangerous as Big Daddy. Good level swing. Got a little bit more pop from the right side. He's got 5 homers. 4 of them have been from the right side, and he hasn't homered in a while. He's due.
2 on, 2 out. Hunter at second base, checking where the outfielders are.
You know, I was really honored. We were at Throwbacks to have the great Chuck Finley with me as my guest on AM 830 today. And I said, Finn, what's the most impressive thing you've seen about this 09 Angels team? And he said, Hud, the way they hit and score runs with 2 outs, man, that would kill me if I was pitching against them. You can't finish them off. And I keep telling the fans, when they get 2 outs and they start hitting and knocking in runs, it breaks the heart of the pitcher. And it's the truth. That's a great Chuck Finley. Had more wins than any other Angel in their 49-year history.
Thursday night, lefty Finley and outfielder Brian Downing will be inducted into the Angels Hall of Fame. Over 20 Angels alums are expected to be on hand to see the tandem join the current members of Ryan, Farouk, Rich, Baylor, Fregosi, and Jimmy Reese. And you'll want to be here too, fans. This Thursday, Oakland in town. Hall of Fame ceremony and a ball game. Ibar scalds it well foul into the club level, left side. Eric batting over 370 the last 6 weeks of the season. He has become a premier shortstop in the majors. Washburn has already thrown 57 pitches and not yet through 3. In there, it's 2-2.
When you're not afraid to hit with 2 strikes, makes you even more dangerous. Ibar took that. He's probably telling himself, well, you know what, that looked pretty good, but hey, look, I'm not worried. I'm just going to go up there and slash. Hack and slash. It goes line to line.
Just did get a piece of that.
And he went ahead and swung at that one. That was exactly what Washburn wanted to do. But he kind of liked Vladdy a little bit. Good bad ball hitter. 307 hitter with runners in scoring position. And hitman Howie, who's back at it again on deck. Get the 3-run homer to give Lackey the lead.
Second base, Polanco gets Eric Ibar at first base. The inning is over. The Angels threaten but do not score. Washburn trying to keep his club in. 99 wins, 5th on the all-time Angels list. Who are the top 4? I'm glad I didn't give that answer earlier because I was about ready to. We don't know what the Aflac trivia question is until they give it to us.
But you always know the answer. Don't give it to the people, just hold on to it.
Well, there is a hint. We gave the lead guy, talked about him in that last inning. Here is John Lackey to face Carlos Guillen, Alex Avila, and Brandon Inge. In the top of the 4th inning, Lackey has given up 1 run. That came in the first on a single by Polanco, a double by Ordonez, and a ground out by Cabrera. That ball is rope foul, so John has a 1-1 count. Lackey, tremendous competitor, and he has gone to a comfort level in his game that's really strong. He knows how to get guys out and also to help out the younger pitchers. He has become the vocal and emotional leader of this staff. It was about 2 years ago, even when he was just 27 years old. I remember Mike Scioscia asked him to give a talk to the minor leagues on his preparation in the offseason and during the year. It's that impressive.
No, you bring an active big leaguer down to the minor league camp to talk, and they'll be listening.
Quinlan gets it to John just in time. 1 out.
He also might have been at the head of his class in the tap dancing school because he had the tap dance there. You know, John Lackey, some of these guys, they've got some dance floor skills. We might see Big John on Dancing with the Stars. Watch him. He can't even see the bag. Well, 1-2, a 1-2. Toe tap, got it. He's feeling for it. He knows it's there. Just got the corner. Ron Quinlan, you know, that was a little tester. gesture of stopping and been able to shovel that ball over to the running pitcher, covering the bag. Nice play.
Here is Alex Avila. One of the things John talked about to the young pitchers is, hey, you guys might have gone 100 innings or maybe 80 innings or 70 innings in college. Now you're being asked to go 150 in the minors. We're asked to go 200. So he said, when I get on in the season, here's what I do in between starts. And sometimes it's just backing off, doing flat ground work rather than bullpen work. You want to stay fresh for your start.
And also the mental preparation is so important. We're going to show it again. There's Howard's replay. Look at John. He catches the ball. Didn't take his eye off it too quickly. If you do, you drop the ball. But he had good focus, good concentration, knew the bag was there, and got it on the first touch. Now, lots of times, if you touch with your toe and you miss and you retouch, the umpire, he goes, up, he's safe. You missed the bag, but John got it right the first time.
3-1 to Avila, swung on, fouled out of play. Full count 3-2. Alex grounded out to first base his first time up. John has thrown a lot of pitches, not yet through 472. He's been averaging 21 pitches per inning in the first 3 through 6. Outside, he walked him. It's his first walk of the game, and our U.S. Marines leaders of the game. It's all about Brandon Inge. One of 2 players ever with 350 plus games at third base and catcher. The other, of course, is Joe Torre, the manager of the Dodgers, who did that with St. Louis. He was a third baseman catcher with the Braves.
I have the utmost respect for my former manager, Joe Torre, but Joe could not play a lick of center field. Brandon Inge can. He can play anywhere out there because he's a good athlete. He's got speed. Now, Joe Torre didn't need speed. He could slug it. He was a heck of a player.
Yeah, if you want to play that game, you can say, has Inge won a batting title?
No.
Joe Torre did.
Okay. We're even.
That's upstairs. Torre, a marvelous hitter.
Hey, do you think Brandon Inge ever hit into 4 double plays in one inning? Or excuse me, in one game? Joe Torre did.
4 double plays in one game?
That's right. You think Inge has ever done that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. Felix Mion hit 4 singles. Joe Torre came up behind him, 4 double plays.
That's what you got to love about Joe. He never talks about the good stuff that he did playing ball, but man, he'll tell you about all the mistakes he made as a player. A swing and a miss, and John gets Brandon Inge on strikes. 2 gone.
All right, John, going back to that breaking ball. It starts up around the belt. Looks like it's a good hitting pitch, especially when the fastball comes out of that same plane. So he got him fooled. He does swing and miss an awful lot. Glad Joe Torre's not listening. He's in the midst of a battle there in the top of the 9th inning as Colorado's leading 4-2 against the Dodgers in Colorado.
Strike 1 to Ramon Santiago. He grounded a ball up the middle. It glanced off Lackey, rolled behind the mound. John got to it and had no chance to get Santiago. Still made the throw. It went past Quinlan at first base for an error. John came back and struck out Curtis Granderson with runners in second and third.
But Joe Torre used to watch the Angel games when he was a manager in New York. And when he was going to bed, our game was coming on, and he used to watch our games all the time. So he's a big fan.
Well, he needed to get to sleep, and somehow when you get insomnia, just switch over to Fizz and Hud.
Yep. So I'd come over when the Yankees came to town, and he'd say, "Hey, Hud, sit down. I got to talk to you a little bit about broadcasting." I said, "Sure, Skip." And I sat down, and he says, "You know, Hud, you love everybody, but not everybody's great. Okay, you got to save that word. Okay, save the word when it pertains to a great player, or it ruins it." Ouch. Man, that he fouled that off his knee. A ball inside like that, and you turn on it. Ooh, you hit your knee. That'll cause some pain.
Well, then tell me, what's the definition of great as we take a look at this foul?
I'm going to tell you that he's in great pain right now.
There you go.
Because that ball hit him flush in the quad, right above the knee on his left leg. But I would say Vladimir Guerrero is a great hitter.
Miguel Cabrera.
He's a great young hitter.
Ramon Santiago.
Nice player.
A nice player hits one high in the air, deep to right field. Bobby Abreu at the warning track pulls it out. Angels. John Lackey gets the Tigers in the fourth.
Down and in, and he turned on that and with his hands first, and then the bat head followed. That's a good inside out homer by Howie.
And here is Kendrick, who's batting .340 since his recall from the minor leagues with 22 runs and 25 RBIs. Jared Washburn has struggled throughout but has escaped Angel rallies in the first and third. In the first, he escaped them because of his great defense, and then he got out of a jam in the third.
Like the way Scioscia's juggling Howie and Meiser in there, keeping both guys fresh. Because they both are extreme players. They play good defense, but they're very good hitters. And this is going to be a key for Scioscia down the stretch here with some of these off days. There's Mighty Meiser in there putting on a clinic in the dugout.
Kendrick has a great upside. Anybody who's been a career .360 hitter in the minor leagues, but when you are a young player, and I don't care if you have 500 at bats or 50 at bats, confidence plays such a big role in this game. And he said he was fighting himself.
And you know, this is the premium league in the world. I mean, this is the greatest players play here. So Howie's, you know, he struggled a little bit coming in, and that's not unusual.
Washburn throws him out, one down. Athletic Trivia time, question and answer. And the question's about Big John and the guys in front of him. Lackey has 99 wins, fifth in the all-time list. Who are the top four? We've mentioned Chuck Finley, who will be honored on Thursday. He has 165, but then it's the Express, Mike Witt with his great curve, and Frank Tanana.
Finn to win!
We'll see him on Thursday.
What a split finger he had. Did you know that Chuck Finley, doing some homework on my buddy Finn, we played 3 years together, but I never knew he's the only pitcher in Major League history to record 4 strikeouts in an inning 3 times.
Did it 3 times, and I believe you and I had the opportunity to broadcast one of those against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium.
And the only way he becomes distinguished in that area is because the split finger was his out pitch, and that ball usually hits the dirt, and it's hard for a catcher to contain it. So he might strike out the side, then the guy gets on because of the ball going back to the screen, and then he punches out another one. That's how you do it. 3 times, though.
I would imagine Phil Niekro might be in that list with that knuckleball and the way he'd strike him out when he really had it working.
Yeah, but Finn stands alone.
Jeff Mathis. Breaking ball misses inside. Texas survived at Yankee Stadium. They held off a great run by the Yankees. 10-9 the final score. Boston beat the White Sox 6-3.
Papelbon got his 30th.
Fastball at the knees to Jeff, who flied out to left field last time up. Angels need to win this one to hold their 5-game lead in the American League West. Texas at Yankee Stadium the next 3. The Angels have one more with Detroit. And it'll be tomorrow afternoon. Joe Saunders will come back from the disabled list to start for the Angels. Edwin Jackson, hard-throwing right-hander for the Tigers. Foul back our way.
You know, that's Mathis's pitch. He took the previous one. That was another good pitch to hit. But now he's at 2-2, and Washburn, he's trying to get a little 1-2-3 inning here. The first of the night for him.
Mathis takes a called strike 3, so that's 5 in a row retired by Washburn. So he settled down and keeping his club in the ball game. Inning of work. He's throwing a lot of pitches, 82 through 4. He'd like to get early countouts with Detroit here in the 5th. And Granderson goes after the first pitch, and he drives it deep into the night and makes it a 3-2 ball game.
All right, Big John struck him out the first 2 times, and he answers with a solo shot here in the 5th inning to start the inning. Ninth home run to a left-handed batter this year, given up by John. Ball left right over the middle of the plate, a little bit in. Pulled his hands. This kid's got some pop, man. That's his 25th homer.
John had started him off with breaking balls earlier in this game and wound up striking him out the first 2 times up. Now he gets a home run and a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, so Granderson makes it a 3-2 ball game. Polanco up. He is 1 for 2 with a single to left field and a ground out.
Okay, Exmo brought to you by Howard's. Or show it. You got that ball out in front. In order to pull it, you got to get the bat head there. Hit the ball about a foot in front of the plate. You want to go to left field, you wait till it's about a half a foot in front of home plate.
1-1. Tough out. And we talked about the key to beating Detroit, it seems like offensively, is don't let anybody get on base in front of Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera had guys on base. He's ground out, scored a run. Last time up, nobody on, got a base hit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hillers would love to have John go deep into the ball game. Jared Weaver went 5 1/3 last night and gave up 5 runs. Figgins backhands, long throw. Got him! What a play!
Well, you know, just when you think you've seen enough of Figgy, he just keeps coming. Polanco runs well. He's not a blazer, but this was a slow chopper. He catches on the backhand side, with his back turned to home plate, turns and shows off that brilliant arm. Polanco, he made the safe sign to try to make it look a little bit better for first base umpire Jim Wolf, but Wolf says, you are out. Good play by Figgy. Man, keep that runner off the base ahead of this guy here coming up.
Ordonez with Cabrera on deck. Maglio has doubled and lined out.
And the crowd will tell you as they gave out a big, oh, man, on a play. Quinn, look at that. That Exmo, he got him by a half a step.
Good call by Jim Wolf, the first base umpire.
A nice stretch by Quinney, helping him out a little bit there.
He has had some kind of season at third base. Really settled in now, become one of the premier third basemen in the game. Ordonez didn't mean to do it, fouled it off. Detroit really felt they helped themselves. Their strength this year has been with their pitching. In the past, it was always offense. But guys like Ordonez and Guillen, Inge, Polanco, Granderson. This year they've got Cabrera, but everybody else has been a little soft, and Ordonez strikes out swinging on that good Lackey curveball.
Hey, that's his bread and butter for as far as the swing and miss pitch goes. And, you know, these guys, Ordonez, Cabrera, they all make a living, you know, making good contact. But when you see him swing and miss at a pitch like that, it's got to be deceptive. Now you see it, now you don't. Good bite down.
Cabrera takes strike 1. This is the second time in the game no one's been on with Cabrera up. So the best Miguel can do is tie it up with a big fly, and he swings and sends that one high and deep and ties it. That's why it's important nobody's on base. Cabrera has hit his 27th home run of the year.
On a curveball. He's an awesome breaking ball hitter. John had been feeding him fastballs.
You might just want to walk him.
He's a beast, no doubt about it. Very great hands and a great young hitter. That ball was placed on the outer half, a little bit too much to the plate, and almost went up on top of the batter's eye.
He now has 22 hits in his last 40 at bats. They might think about putting him on.
You would think. Now that's just the 5th home run Lackey's allowed to a righty.
Huff is the batter, and he has struck out twice against John, now 2 for 22 to start his Detroit career. But we are back even with the Tigers and Angels. Kendrick hit a 3-run home run in the second, and that has been it, even though the Angels had Washburn on the ropes early. But Detroit's defense bailed him out early, and the rest has been Washburn in innings 3 and 4. Huff went. But Johnson 98 pitches, and that is disturbing because they'd hope that Lackey could somehow get them to Oliver and Jepson and Fuentes. Tried that 2-seamer on the inside, but misses. 3-1. John threw a lot of pitches through 5, had a 1-1 game against Cleveland, and then ran out of gas in the 6th inning. Cleveland scored 5 times off John in that 6th inning. He's now at 100. He's had 6 full counts. Hit sharply. Kendrick has it. Fifth inning is over, but 2 solo home runs, one by Curtis Granderson, the other by Miguel Cabrera, have made this a brand new ball game. Wish her a happy birthday.
That's Mom on the far left. Way to go, guys. Glad you would want to celebrate that grand occasion right here at the Big A.
Jared Washburn back at square one, facing Sean Figgins. Figgins 1 for 2 with a single in the first inning.
Okay,
popped up to right field in the second.
Wash is saying, all right, I got a new game. But doesn't make it any easier.
Hey, fans come out and see Figgins at the Costco store located at 17900 New Hope Street in Fountain Valley on Friday. Sean will be signing autographs from 11:30 to 1. Come join all the fans. And the prizes in Angels atmosphere courtesy of Perricone Farms. Figgins with a bunt. Good one. No chance. Sean is on to lead things off in the 5th inning.
Oh, what a perfect touch by Figgy. And he chose the perfect pitch. You want a changeup, you want a fastball not overpowering on the outside part of the plate, and this is just what he wanted. Walks right into it. If you place it in a perfect spot, there's no way they can defend that. First baseman vacates, and Polanco was a mile away from that, and you're going to beat any pitcher to first base with Figgins' kind of speed. Nice touch here to start the 5th for the Angels.
Figgins leads the Angels in hits now at 146.
And he's been on base more than any player in the American League.
Bobby Abreu 0 for 2. Takes a rip at the first pitch from Washburn, a fastball that was moving away from Bobby. Strike 1.
Figgy entered the game with a .402 on base percentage. Here we are, August 25th. That's pretty consistent, folks. You just don't jump right up 400 range on base overnight. It takes a lot of work and a lot of consistency.
Slide step bunt by Abreu. It rolls foul, and now Bobby behind the count, 0-2. I like that idea. It would have put runners in first and second because Ames was so deep at third. I don't know if he would have gotten Abreu. He got a good start out of the box, and the Angels would have had first and second with Torrey Hunter coming up.
Yeah, that's 0-2 count. 2 fastballs in on Abreu. Now Washburn's going to try to break that breaker off on him now. This is really when it's impressive to watch Abreu hit. Sometimes it wouldn't shock me to see him run the count full. He's got a keen eye up there. The rookie flashing some signs in.
And Bobby swings and misses and strikes out.
Hey, good job by Washburn. He made quick work of Abreu. Like I said, we've seen Bobby go ahead and milk that count for another 5 minutes, but he went ahead and stayed with the fastball. I think Abreu knew the hook was coming. He says, I know he's going to break one away on me, and he surprised him with a fastball again. So that's called in-game adjustments right there you were talking about.
Torrey Hunter has walked and singled. Ball one.
Just a tad in.
Yeah, his command has completely changed from the first 2-3 innings. Washburn threw 71 pitches through 4 innings. He's thrown 7 in this frame.
Last single he got kept his hitting streak going now at 11. That's a season, ties a season high for him.
In the dirt, blocked nicely by Avila. And this guy is pretty good. He's got very quick feet, and that's the 3rd ball that's been in the dirt that he's blocked in no advance by Angel runners. Right-hander Hunter, Guerrero, and Rivera coming up in this 5th inning. Hunter fouled that off of his shin on his left leg, and that's some kind of painful.
And he does not wear a shin guard, so that was just ball on bone. Hope like heck that that's going to be okay. Ooh, man, that hurts.
Angels longtime trainer Rick Smith immediately out there with manager Mike Scioscia.
It's about the last thing he needed. You see those new spikes they have with all those cleats on the top. Back in the day, they only had 3 spikes. Now, some of the shoe companies make the spikes to go around the outside to give the batter a little bit better grip. He's up. That's good. To walk this one off.
Is this a situation you put that freeze on after that?
Nope.
Why not?
Because the old freeze they used to spray out there was bad for the atmosphere, so they banned that several years ago.
What would you put on right away now with this situation?
Now, you know, they're going to try to talk him into coming out maybe, but Torrey's going to walk this one off. It's you can't do anything right now. Now he might go in. It depends on if it swells or not. So he wins again and he stays in the game, but he'll go in between if he gets a little chance to put a little ice on that.
Well, he is in some kind of pain, but he refuses to come out. I think I might go get a little guard on there just in case Washburn comes in with another sinker.
Well, that's exactly what a pitcher will do now. After that, he'll come right back in there in that same spot because he knows the hitter's a little bit nervous about that.
Outside corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hunter again steps out, needing a little more time, looking down at Dino Ebel at 3rd. This is the way you lead. You play through pain.
That little spray thing you're talking about came in. It was like floral. I'm not exactly sure what the name of it, but it came in a little tube, and you turned on the thing, and it shot out this instant spray. It was cold.
And then Hunter lines a single to left field. Figgins around second. He'll stay there, but Hunter comes through with his 2nd hit of the game and then limps back to first base.
The word came to me, ethyl chloride is what that was. Good job. Washburn left one out for him, and he hit it hard. Hey, now, the pain's gone away. You get a clean single like that, or you hit an extra base. You didn't see it going to first, but then when he started to slow down a little bit and stop, it kind of bit him a little bit. They'll have to wait and see how he does. He's a gamer, though, doesn't want to come out of the game.
It was an identical situation in the 1st inning. Figgins at 2nd, Hunter at 1st. Vlad Guerrero at the plate. He stalled at a ball that Inge made a marvelous diving stop on and turned it into a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. Vlad wants to come through here after walking his last time up. Guerrero with 403 home runs. Next on the list, Duke Snider and Jason Giambi with 407.
It's hard to walk Vladdy. He might be the only Angel player this year, batter that really hasn't really bought into their on-base percentage deal. He's got 13 walks and 253 at bats. So look, he's not looking up there for a walk.
And 3 of them are intentional. Way inside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, you know, if you're Mickey Hatcher, there's not a whole lot you can say to Vladimir Guerrero. You know, he just kind of works with Vladdy. Every once in a while, he might say, hey, Vladdy, I saw some stuff on the video. Kind of want you to take a look at it. And he'll look at it, but this guy is a natural, does it all by himself. Ooh.
How about that? Threw that fastball by Guerrero, who's a good low ball hitter. Vladdy mad at himself, thought that may have been his pitch.
A little bit too much upper body here instead of his hands. Pulled off of it big time.
Angels need a big hit. They've been so good with men in scoring position this year. 307 as a team, #1 in baseball.
So Vladdy might be setting him up. Says, oh, you know, I can't hit that one. They'll come back with it.
Well, he gets him to chase a bad ball, strikes him out. Down goes Guerrero. That's the 2nd out of the 5th inning.
Good change of speeds by Wash. Okay, he's making some good in-game adjustments. Keeping the ball down, a little bit out of the zone. Vila, the catcher, points at him, the rookie, saying, hey, that's a nice spot. And a pretty dangerous hitter. Wash toyed with Big Daddy there.
Another tough one to face, and that's Juan Rivera. He's batting .354 against left-handers this year with 7 home runs. Juan also leads the club with 11 game-winning RBI, so he's been very clutch this year and has been hitting much of the second half of the season.
And with Torrey Hunter missing some games in Vladdy, Juan seen himself in the 3rd and 4th hole at times, but
lifted foul.
But Mike Scioscia, he comes to the ballpark. I'm sure he's formulated his mind well before he comes to the ballpark. But he's used 94 different lineups in 124 games this year. Pretty impressive. He's juggled some guys. He's put a few up at the top, put them at the bottom, but they've all been productive. But he mixes and matches depending on that night's starting pitcher. He'll look at the performances, what the hitter's done against the pitcher in the past, but he doesn't weigh his whole decision on that stat alone. He goes with his feelings.
Rivera pops it up. Shallow center, Granderson on, makes the catch. The Angels lead 2 more.
Washburn doing a nice job. at the bag by John Lackey. That was a beauty. Just in time. Nice play, Quinny. Way to set him up. Coors Light Freeze Camp brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Cold, fresh, and soothing like you like it.
Quinlan on the left, Lackey on the right. John trying to keep the club in it and get the big hit from the offense. 3-3 ball game. Angels trailed 1-0, and then Howie Kendrick hit a 3-run home run. But then back-to-back, or solo home runs, I should say. They came in the same inning, but not back-to-back. By Granderson and a solo shot by Miguel Cabrera have tied the game. Carlos Guillen to lead it off. He's 0 for 2. Pair of groundouts. And he whistles that one into right field for a base hit. This was the inning of trouble for John in his last start. It was a 1-1 ball game until the 6th, and then he allowed 5 runs in the 6th inning. Just ran out of gas, and once again, Rex, he's thrown a lot of pitches through 5.
Yep, he's just not able to finish the hitters like he wants, and plus, you got to credit the offense a little bit. They're just kind of taxing him, fouling a few pitches off, waiting for one, left out over the middle, and that was the 8th hit in tonight's ball game against John.
Alex Avila, the batter, was grounded out and walked. First pitch inside, ball 1. This young man, a good hitter, hitting .264 with 12 home runs in the minor leagues. And there is J.K. Simmons. He's the movie star from the movie Extract. He's at the ballpark tonight, obviously from the Motown area, wearing his Tigers cap. Sorry about that, J.K. Avila swings and fouls it off. 1-1. He plays Brian in Extract. Born in Detroit. That doesn't mean you can't become an Angel fan.
He's the dad in Juno.
That's right, yeah. The 1-1 pitch is outside. Who does he remind you of, Rex, when Avila sets himself at the plate and rocks his knee and then the bat?
I'll have to take a look at him a little bit more. Guys that are new into the league, you don't know much about them. You challenge them. You see what they can handle, what they can't. Let me see what he looks like. I'm going to say Sean Casey.
Yep. Fly ball, left field. Juan Rivera makes the catch for out number 1 in the 6th inning. So Avila pops up to left field. Casey was part of that Detroit success when they won to the World Championship and lost to the St. Louis Cardinals a few years back. Now he'll take a seat in that Tiger dugout and watch Brandon Inge go at it. Inge has singled and struck out in the game. He's hurt the Angels with his defense as well. They have gone to the 10th inning in Colorado. The Dodgers 4, the Rockies 4. The Dodgers scored 2 in the top of the 9th to tie that game up. Also in extra innings, Cincinnati 6 and Milwaukee 6. Texas won their game 10-9 over New York. Angels right now with a 4.5 game lead on the Rangers. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled off. They were sending the hit and run with Inge trying to hit one past Quinlan, but it's foul. 0-2.
A lot of hitters, they don't mind a hit and run, especially when you can handle the bat, but really, it takes the thinking out of it. Managers sometimes try to get a guy going, he'll put the hit and run on, and that means swing on that pitch no matter where it is. And that's can be a good thing. Unless it's a ball way out of the zone, but you're locked on that particular pitch, and sometimes you don't necessarily hit it on the ground, but you can hit it for extra bases.
Line drive, base hit, left field, 2 on with 1 out in the 6th inning of a 3-3 ball game. John had him down with 2 strikes, but hung a breaking ball. And kids looking for a unique back-to-school accessory, then come out to the Big A this Saturday, August 29th. All kids ages 2 through 18 in attendance will receive a free one-of-a-kind Angels camouflage backpack courtesy of Healthy for Life. Tickets for this game can be purchased at angelsbaseball.com. Halos and Tigers tied tonight at 3. The batter is Ramon Santiago. As an infield hit and also flied out to right field. Lackey would like to keep the ball down and maybe get an inning-ending double play. This likely would be his final inning, the 6th. Foul, 1-1. Boston won tonight 6-3. What do you think about Billy Wagner being acquired by the Red Sox from New York for 2 players to be named later?
Well, pretty interesting, especially since Wagner had to waive his no trade clause in order to go there, and he'll be a setup man.
On the ground, Figgins has it, touches third, throws to first, double play.
Oh, Figgy. That ball took him right to third base. Made the right decision instead of going around the horn, and he's getting Figgy with it again.
AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. 2 old friends competing at the Big A tonight, Jared Washburn and John Lackey. They have faced each other 3 times in the past, and they have not fared that well. Washburn 0-2 with an 8.27 ERA, and Lackey's 0-1 with a 7.02 ERA. And Lackey said the other day, hey, we can hang out and talk after the ball game. Before, during, forget about it. Eric Ibar will lead things off. Will be followed by Howie Kendrick and Rod Finland. Ibar sent a single to center field just before Howie Kendrick hit his 3-run home run. The Angels had a 3-1 lead, but Granderson went deep. So did Cabrera to tie it up in the 5th. Another foul. Washburn's just getting better as this game's progressed, and he is at 93 pitches for the ball game.
The Angels haven't been able to figure him out. Howie did in that second inning. First 2 guys got on, and Howie hit a 3-run homer, but Wash just pitched a very good ball game, making some good in-game adjustments. Mixing in his changeup a little bit more, sinker down. With 2 strikes, Ibar won't be trying to bunt. He leads the majors with 17 bunt hits.
Zach Miner warming in the Detroit bullpen. Tigers didn't think they'd have to use the bullpen last night in a 10-0 lead, and then the Angels scored 7 on them. It's a 3-3 game here in the 6th. Ibar sends that one right back to Jared, and he has had the Angels off balance ever since Kendrick took him deep. He's allowed just 3 hits since. 2 by Torrey Hunter and the other a bunt single by Sean Figgins.
Well, there's a big difference when you're a veteran and you've been through many games and big games. You know, Washburn won a World Series. You see, you can make in-game adjustments a lot easier when you're a veteran. You can kind of get a feel for what the hitters are trying to do. You go in and talk to your young catcher. But it seems like young pitchers, they haven't been tested before. It's hard for them to make the in-game adjustments as well as Washburn's doing here.
Kendrick fouls it off the right side.
So hitters have to make adjustments, just like Washburn's having to. 96 pitches thrown now by Wash.
And he will turn that fastball into 3 or 4 different looks. And it seems like each and every batter has seen all 3 or 4 of them. What's he going to throw?
Sinking it. Change up.
Kendrick 1 for 2 with a 3-run homer to right center field. First time up, then he grounded back to the mound to start the 4th inning. 3 runs on 9 hits for the Angels, 3 on 7 for Detroit. Out of play, 1-2.
There's that high fastball. It's at 88. Now, when he was a little bit younger, he threw a little bit harder, which is obvious. And most guys, that's the way it goes. But he used to get away with 91 up in the zone, but now it's more 88, 86. But he has the ability still, with the other off-speed pitches, to surprise a batter up in the zone.
It was the Angels' 2nd-round pick in 1995. The Angels' first pick that year was Darren Erstad. Both would make it to the big club and help the team win that 2002 World Championship. Out of Wisconsin, Oshkosh. Line drive up the middle, a base hit for Howard, and he is 2 for 3.
Man, is he short to the ball. Short, quick swing. That's where you get your pop, young players. It's not the big, long arm body swing. It's just taking your hands directly to that ball. And Howie's one of the best at it. Okay, if it's up, it's going to get hit hard. Good chance.
Washburn at 100 pitches. The strike to ball ratio not that good, but he has walked just a couple of Angels. Hunter in the 1st and Guerrero in the 3rd.
You watch for Quinney to check in. He's 0 for 2.
Chases a bad ball and an off-speed pitch down low.
Coming in, he hit 323 off Washburn in 31 at-bats with a homer.
And then he teases him with a breaking ball away. This time Rob does not bite. It's a 1-1 count. He's throwing him pitches that are hitting the ground a lot. He's trying to get 2 outs on 1 pitch. Go deeper into the game.
Right, that's exactly what a finesse pitcher wants. He wants to pitch to contact and use his defense.
Kendrick does have 9 stolen bases this year.
Dino Ebo, in his 3rd year at third base with the Angels. We had him on as a guest in the pregame today on my radio show on 8:30, and Dino was explaining about bringing runners in at a #1 rate in the AL. I said, Dino, do you have to ice your shoulder down all the runs the Angels are scoring this year? And which arm do you use? He says, Hud, it's no problem, and I use both arms. Just depends on how excited I get sending runners around. He's got nice skills.
Quinlan flips it foul. The count is even 2-2. The Angels were sending Kendrick on that last pitch. Trying to stay out of the double play, get Howie into scoring position. Perhaps a single by Quinlan would get Kendrick to 3rd. But then that ground ball or fly ball could give the Angels the lead. Eagles sending those signs, Hud.
Sure is, and they all mean a lot of different things. He says he's got a separate set of signs for 3 or 4 different Angels that he'll use. It's really tough to pick up his signs.
Line foul, went with the slide step, and that fastball was up at 87 miles an hour and hit sharply by Rob Quinlan.
You see Dino now, a lot of times that means nothing until he goes to the key spot. There's always a starting point. There's always a key igniter, and that's the key to the whole thing. And nothing's on unless he hits that key. So really all you got to find out is what's the hot spot, what gets it going.
Rob chops one to short. A 6, a 4. They will not get Quinlan at first base, but 2 outs now in the 6th inning. And hey, fans, the Angels are helping you wind down your summer with an exciting ticket offer during this week's homestand. Still available for select games fans can purchase view level seats for just $5 and right field pavilion seats as low as $10 when using the password SUMMER at angelsbaseball.com or the Angel Stadium ticket window. Jeff Mathis, the batter, needs to come through with a clutch here to give the Angels the advantage. Lackey right now looks to be done. I can't imagine him coming out for the 7th inning only because Granderson will be leading off, the left-handed batter, and John has really been taxed through 6.
So he's got Jason Bolger and Oliver standing by.
Still at 99.
Tigers making it tough on him.
Mathis cracks one up the middle, but speared by Placido Polanco for the final out. So we go to the 7th. Washburn and Lackey even at 3 apiece. Lackey's coming back. He threw 113 pitches through 6. Really had to work hard in each and every inning.
He's a competitor and a gamer and doesn't want to go. His team didn't score many runs. I think Mike Socha said, hey, let's see what happens. He has a couple arms loose and ready to go in that pen if they need him.
Granderson hit a home run last time up and hits one high and deep and may have given Detroit the lead. It hits the top of the wall, bounces back to the field. Granderson going for 3 and has himself a triple.
Wow, man, that ball didn't go out of the yard. Now, I'm sure Leland's going to come out and try to argue that one. But for Granderson, if it sticks, that's his 7th triple. Ties Sean Figgins in that department. But Leland saying, hey, look, maybe I'd like for you to check a replay of that one.
It hit the very top of the wall, bounced back towards Abreu. But Lackey got a fastball up after going with a curveball to Granderson. And the fastball missed location, and Granderson almost hit it out to give Detroit a 4-3 lead.
Okay, so Leland saying, hey, can we at least review it? That's what we have the instant replay for. Any questionable home run calls at the wall or down the lines off the foul pole. So they're going to check it out. At least they're going to talk first and then decide.
The umpires are all getting together with Chad Fairchild, Jim Wolf, Delphin Colon, and Mark Carlson. Tim Welke was part of the crew last night. Was not able to play or umpire tonight because he took a foul ball in the mask.
So when in doubt, check it out.
They will talk with New York. They'll go inside, make a phone call. New York is there to take a look at all of the replays from around Major League Baseball. And here is the shot off the top of the scoreboard, right where Cincinnati is.
Wow, right above the eye there. Dot the I in Cincinnati. Like it might have hit the top of the scoreboard, and I don't know if Granderson's going to be rewarded. Although, look, the triples, that's not half bad. That's pretty good. He's in good scoring position with nobody out. There's a cement wall behind the scoreboard right there. Okay, a little cement wall you see. That's where it bounced off of from our replay. Usually doesn't take them very long to take a look at it. They have a little box right inside of the umpire's clubhouse, and before the umpires check in for each day at work, they open up the box, call the New York office and say, "Hey, we're here, fellas. Everything's working pretty good. We have the communication lines open in case we need you." Gene Lamont, third base coach, longtime baseball guy. Socha saying, "Wow, another nail biter here."
Angels coming off of a 6-4 road trip that took them to Baltimore, Cleveland, and Toronto, but coming home and losing badly last night, 10-7, as Jared Weaver gave up 5 runs in 5 in the third, and Lackey has given up 3 in 6 innings.
Usually, when the umpires come out from the back gate, they usually make the sign right away. They don't go back out and talk about it. They'll let you know right away when it comes out.
Well, here is the home run replay rule. It's used to determine fair or foul, fan interference, or ball leaving the playing field, and that will be the latter case. The managers cannot demand a replay review. The umpires simply agreed with Jimmy Leland that, yeah, let's make sure about it. But a decision to reverse a call is made by the crew chief.
Regardless, Lackey's going to have to pitch. Nobody out. Granderson at third base. Polanco coming up the top of their order. Ordonez, Cabrera. It's going to be tough for him. We'll see what Soch wants to do with Big John, depending on the call. Leland, Socha patiently waiting.
Art Carlson is the crew chief. Andy Van Slyke, the first base umpire, explaining to Jimmy Leland where his vantage point saw the ball hit either on top of the scoreboard or on top of the concrete. Lackey, meantime, wanting to keep his work in. He has thrown a lot of pitches. Came into this inning with 113, and Granderson leads off with at least a triple. Detroit took a 1-0 lead, scoring a run in the first. The Angels came back with 3 in the second, and a 3-run home run by Howard Kendrick.
It's taking him a little bit longer than it normally does.
Detroit tied it up on solo shots by Granderson and Cabrera in the 5th.
We'll show you the best look that we have, folks, and what we can see. As far as we know, that ball dotted the I in Cincinnati up on the scoreboard there, hit the cement, and didn't go out of the park.
Detroit has not played that well on the road this year. They played brilliantly at home, going 40-20. Coming into the Big A and hurting the team that has hurt them the most the last 13 years. No team has more wins at the Big A against Detroit than the Angels, who are 52-18 versus Detroit since 1996. And John Lackey has never lost to the Tigers. He's 6-0. with a terrific 3.31 ERA lifetime. And Ron Renicky talking with Mike Socha. Ron may have gone underneath to take a look at our replay.
Well, fans, they were crying for the replay for many years. Finally, Bud Stevens says, "Okay, look, we'll meet you halfway. We're just going to do it all just on the home run calls. We like the human element and the integrity of our grand game of baseball. We're not going to change it that much. This is what you get. It's like a football game. Now you got to wait around until they make the call. That's all you can do." I guarantee you, Socials, they're talking about, what's going to happen to the next batter, and when's he going to bring in one of these relievers, or is he? Let John stay in?
John saying, man, this is a long time to wait. Granderson at third base, and I'm guessing Mike Scioscia here in the 7th inning will bring the infield in with Granderson up and Polanco at the plate.
And here they come. So Mark Carlson's going to walk over and talk to Jim Leland and tell him what they saw. So obviously, they're going to leave it as a stand, or they would come out and say that was a home run. That was the 10th hit off John Lackey tonight.
It is a triple. So Granderson at third base in a 3-3 ball game. The Angels will bring their infield in. Figgins at third, Ibar at short, Kendrick at second base. First base, Rob Quinlan. Granderson runs very well at third.
With nobody out, I would be a little surprised if Leland put a little squeeze on here, but Polanco is a guy that certainly could get a ball down, and Granderson with good speed at third. But with nobody out in the meat of their order coming up, I think they're going to probably trust that one of these batters can knock this run home. But John's going to really have to execute his pitches here.
Polanco, one of the most difficult guys to strike out in the game, and he sends one to right field, and that's a base hit, giving Detroit the lead. And Polanco going for 3, and Kendrick's throw is not in time, and Figgins with a great save to keep it from going into the Angels dugout. Back-to-back triples have made it 4-3 Detroit, and Lackey may be done.
Yep, wow. You know, you wouldn't want a suicide squeeze because these guys can hit, and Polanco, very good contact batter. First pitch, didn't mess around. And he's going to make this read. He's going to check it out. He sees Abreu had a tough time picking it up the first time. Slight bobble. And Polanco, he goes right in there for his 3rd triple of the season and knocked in a run, and that's it for John.
Back-to-back triples by Granderson and Polanco have given Detroit the lead. Jason Bolger when we come back. Has a tough situation. Hitters 3, 4, and 5. Ordonez, Cabrera, and Huff. Jason Bolger.
Same situation. Infield's in. Bolger's got a good hard fastball. He started him off with one there. Maglio Ordonez. 2 for 3 with a double.
Wants a strikeout. Ordonez has struck out 55 times this year. And he lines one to center field. This will score the runner from third base, Polanco, on the sacrifice fly, making it 5-3 tigers. So you can close the book on John Lackey. Gave up 5 runs in 6+ innings.
Ordonez, man, he squared that heater up right on the nose. Torrey Hunter had no chance. He even had to back up a little bit on that screaming liner.
White Sox lost today 6-3 in Boston. So the Tigers, if they win this game, have a chance to move 4.5 games up on the White Sox for first place in the American League Central. The Rangers beat the Yankees at Yankee Stadium 10-9. So the Angels need to win to hold their 5-game lead in the West. Miguel Cabrera, the batter. He is 2 for 3. The only time he made an out, he drove in a run. He now has 2 RBIs and 7 for the series, giving him 82 this year.
Dodgers couldn't hang on. They got beat by the Colorado Rockies 5-4. 10 innings. That's going to be a battle all the way down the line now, all the rest of the way. Okay, let's check out this homer in the 5th on an effortless swing. Very calm, free, and easy. This guy's got, incredible strength. 26 years old and has hit 202 career home runs.
Fastball hit foul. That will get out of play. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this guy is absolutely in a zone.
Yeah, he'll easily eclipse the all-time home run leader for Venezuela, Andres the Big Cat Galarraga.
He already has 202 and he's only 26 years old.
Big Cat left at 399.
Two-two pitch is a curveball that backs up and misses high and tight. 3-2.
Fizz, what did you think about your pregame meal today?
Outstanding. It was margarita mota. Jose's mom cooked for all the broadcasters Dominican dinner, and the rice, the beans, the beef was just tremendous. And the sauce she had.
That beef dish was awesome.
Down the line. Another extra base hit for Miguel Cabrera. Rivera runs it down in the corner, and that's 3 extra base hits in this inning, and Cabrera is absolutely on fire.
He's locked in. Pull shot right down the line, doesn't matter what it is. Big breaking ball, fastball, but he's been getting the majority of his hits on off-speed pitches. I think in tomorrow's game, Saunders, stay away from off-speed pitches to that guy, and so she's seen enough. But I want to say a personal thank you to Margarita Mota for taking time to cook a beautiful, wonderful Dominican-style dinner. There's Jose's mom. Thank you, Margarita. Our stomachs have never been happier.
Jose's mom.
Muchas gracias.
Hey, I salute you. And by Jack in the Box. Right now, play Jack's Big Rip-Off. Order any large combo and rip the game piece off the cup for a chance to win free food, cool gaming prizes, or 1 of 5 ultimate game rooms. Go to jacksbigrip-off.com for details. Here at the Big A, Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you. Tigers leading the Angels 5-3. Tigers jumping on John Lackey for 2 runs here in the 7th inning. Then Bolger, now Darren Oliver, who has the lowest ERA of the relievers. And he comes on with a 4-0 record, and the Angels would like to give him win number 5. He'll face a lefty in Aubrey Huff with Miguel Cabrera at second base.
Certainly, this deficit, this 2 runs, is something the Angels could eclipse in, just a couple at bats, but a lot better than last night's 10-0 deficit. They end up coming back and stayed 3 runs shy, but still the potential's there. Now Aubrey Huff, he's desperately looking for a knock, anything that can help his teammates accept it. It's brand new.
He is 0 for 8 in this series, 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. And fouls that one back, and he is down on the count 0-2, but he's too good a hitter for this to last that long.
Well, he's going to come out of it, and the Angels hope it's after tomorrow's game. Let him go off on somebody else. He is way too good a hitter. And, he's in the same league. It's not like he got traded from another league, so he knows the pitching. It's just different when you change uniforms and you have new guys to get used to. You want to impress him. You're going to be a little jumpy. You're going to swing at some pitches you may not swing at. So the Angels are kind of happy to see him in there now scuffling, and they don't want to see him when he's red hot.
Last year he was the Orioles' most valuable player. Hit .306 for the Birds with 20 home runs and 108 RBIs. Leland was hoping to get protection from Miguel Cabrera and believed he had it with Huff. The 0-2. Aubrey takes outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Angels, meantime, have lost 4 of their last 5, and they have been outscored 34-17 in those losses.
And they haven't been flipping off and hitting with runners in scoring position like they have been the last 2-3 months. Kind of calming down a little bit here. It's not going to last forever, but that's when your pitching hopefully comes around. Haven't seen it.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that's a strikeout of Aubrey, his 3rd K of the ball game. That's the 2nd out.
Okay, he looks like he offered at that.
If the Angels win the West this year and make the postseason, they are going to do it with pitching. Ryan Rayburn is being called on to pinch hit for Carlos Guillen. Bat from the right side, has good power.
And a little bit more range. So Leland's getting his speedier defender out there with a 2-run lead here.
Avila on deck. They will intentionally walk Rayburn to get to the rookie. This will put runners on first and second base. Angels. John Lackey has had back-to-back non-quality starts. Irvin Santana does have 3 in a row of quality starts, including an outstanding shutout of the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Angels, of course, getting back Joe Saunders tomorrow. Weaver struggled in his last outing, giving up 5 runs and 5 1/3 to the Tigers yesterday. The Angels are hopeful that Saunders can twirl a gem, as Edwin Jackson, who has one of the lowest ERAs in baseball, will go tomorrow for Detroit. He's the 3rd lowest ERA to Greinke and Hernandez in the American League. Alex Avila. Breaking ball almost hit him in the back. He did nothing to get out of the way. Avila had 2 hits in his major league debut, called up this year. Their backup catcher was supposed to be Matt Trainer, but he is injured and out for the year.
Steady diet. This Oliver is at great command with both of his pitches. And he actually turns it into a 3rd one because he'll tighten up one at breaking ball, make it look more like a slider, and then he'll kind of take something off and give it a little bit more depth and a bigger break. Sneaky quick, not overpowering.
Breaking ball down low. Avila has grounded out, walked, and popped up. Big time in the game. The Angels trying to stay close. Ground ball struck to third. Figgins has it, and he will touch Cabrera, who I believe ran out of the baseline.
There's a little courtesy. Hey, how you doing? You're out, man. You got to go.
He took an exit ramp 7. Carlos Guillen, after he pinch hit for him, he'll play left field. The new right fielder is Clete Thomas in for Magglio Ordonez.
We saw him bring the same guys in last night when they had the lead.
And the new pitcher is Zach Miner, who is a 6-foot right-hander, 6'3" right-hander, I should say, out of Palm Beach, Florida. He's 5-4 this year with a 4.91 ERA, but he has not pitched well in his last 5 outings, going 0-3. With 6.1, the Angels are hoping they get the minor.
Well,
not the major minor.
He started out in that rotation early for the Tigers, but he's a little bit better out of the pen. He's got the ability to locate, but when he started, he just didn't have enough to get through lineups and turn the lineups over. But he does have a good fastball, curve, slider, and a changeup. He'll have all 4 of those, but mainly he'll just stay with his fastball, slider, changeup out of the pen.
Sean Figgins has been on twice with a pair of singles, one to left and the other a bunt single down the first base side. 2 for 3. He's raised his average to 305.
He's got a little sink and tail action to both sides of the plate. Washburn in line to beat his buddy John Lackey, keeping Lack from that 100th career win as an Angel. Pretty good job by making some in-game adjustments, did Jared Washburn. Nice job. He's got a good changeup, see, but he's trying to get ahead of Sean Figgins. And once he gets ahead of a guy, he'll use that changeup on a righty or a lefty. A lot of confidence in the pitch.
Got it in on Sean enough at 94 miles an hour. But he's fouled off, and we've already lost one umpire in this series. That was Tim Welke last night, and Chad Fairchild takes a foul ball that strikes him in that left arm.
Yeah, that's a little forearm shot. Got him clean. You notice he got it clean because the ball bounced right out in front of home plate. So you can't get hit any more solid than that. But he'll likely rub that one off. Ned, the head athletic trainer of the Angels, it was Smitty that came out last night for Tim Wilkie. Tonight, Ned's going to give Chad Fairchild a little bit of love on that. And it hurt.
And last night, Tim Welke got his bell rung on this foul ball that hit him square in the mask. And he was taken out of the ball game a couple of innings after that and not in the crew tonight. And here was that last foul ball struck off of the left forearm of Chad Fairchild.
Now, folks, that breaks arms. Hope it didn't here, but when a guy gets hit like that, and I told you last night on Vladdy, Verlander, he's one of the most powerful right-handers in the game. Throws up to 100. He threw that pitch to Vladdy at 95, and when a hitter just barely tips it like that, it picks up speed even. So it was probably hit Tim Wilkie at about 98. That one there, Chad, hit him square, so he's taking him some time to kind of get the feel back in that forearm. These guys take a beating.
Ned Bergert, the Angels' longtime trainer, out there visiting with him, having him grip his hand.
It's really been a pleasure in the last 11 years in the broadcast booth to get to go down and spend time in the umpire's room. They don't necessarily have to let me in, but I knock and I always ask, and they let me in. And I learn so much about the game. I learn more by talking to these guys, and every time I leave, I say, "Hey, boys, duck and dodge and stay out of the way. And good luck to you tonight. Hope it's an uneventful night." If you guys want to be an umpire, you got to go through a whole bunch of training, but it's hard to train for that. But in their umpiring school, that hurt. I heard that up here. Umpiring school, they set you up there and they put they put a machine, a pitching machine, and they put it in there and they make you take them off the chest and all that stuff to kind of get you used to it. But nothing like game action.
Inge throws out Figgins for out number 1 of the bottom half of the 7th inning. And fans, the first ever AM 830 Celebrity Golf Tournament takes place September 23rd and 24th at Pechanga Resort in Temecula. Spectators are welcome, so come out and see your favorite celebrities from TV, sports, music, and more. For more details on the tournament and how you can participate, visit am830.net/golf. Proceeds benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. Steve Physiak tonight on the broadcast, and the co-host of that great event, Rex Hudler, co-hosting with Roger Lott.
That's right. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of stars, some of the ones you might know in sports, and it's open up to all celebrities, actors. We've got a lot of folks that are in there, comedians we have, but Langston's going to be a part of that, and Bobby Grich, and Willie Galt. Remember that great wide receiver for the Chicago Bears? He'll be in there. We're expecting a huge turnout and a lot of fun by the fans, especially at that beautiful Class A resort. Their golf course is beautiful.
Bobby Abreu 0 for 3. The Angels have 8 hits in the ball games, 7 of them singles, and a 3-run home run by Howie Kendrick, and that's been all the scoring, which came in the 2nd inning. But the team has the ability to put together big innings. Only the Yankees have more multiple run innings this year than the Angels. The Yankees with 188 coming into today. The Angels with 175. They'll need a multi-run inning to come back and beat the Tigers tonight.
And they're running out of time.
3-1 count. Abreu trying to get on for Torrey Hunter.
Fernando Rodney comes in. If he has the same kind of stuff he had last night, it's going to be tough for the Halos to come all the way back.
So get him now. And Abreu starts it well with 1 out, walking to bring the tying run to the plate at Torrey Hunter.
Okay, pretty good matchup for Torrey Hunter here. Zach Miner, his sinker, it starts out over and comes down in just a little bit. Hunter likes to turn on the ball inside, so he'll be getting he might get 1, maybe 2 pitches here that he can handle, but once he hits that home run, it's going to change his outlook a little bit. It's going to give him a little more confidence and become more of a deep home run threat. Now, he has not had any trouble getting base hits and singles and doubles. He's doing that. He was pumping them out of the yard early in the season for the Angels, and they're going to need a homer to get back in this one.
Hunter is a walk and 2 singles, both to left field. He really wanted to get back in the lineup, and the training staff, the team doctors were holding him back. He said he was getting angry, chopping him a bit to help the club. And he was so proud of the way they were playing without he and Vlad Guerrero. Pitch runs inside, 2 balls and no strikes, and now Miner falling behind in a difficult time here, so Avila calls timeout. Hunter has 17 home runs, and he represents the tying run. Low 3-0. So the Angels trying to take advantage of a wild Zach Minor. Do you greenlight Hunter here with Jepson warming up just in case the Angels are able to take the lead?
No doubt you give him the green light, and it's up to him if it's his pitch. If he gets one he likes, you're not going to hold a guy back that has home run potential.
Torrey takes all the way and takes ball 4, so the Angels have him on first and second with one out. Tying runs are now on with Vlad Guerrero coming up, and Jim Leland getting a little concerned here as he sends out his pitching coach Rick Knapp.
There should be a little concern. Now the Angels, they don't use any pinch hitters because who are you going to pinch hit for in the lineup? But with Kendry Morales on Scioscia's bench, that's his wild card pinch hitter. Now we probably won't see him this early, but we might see him later in the game if Rodney gets in there. Scioscia could try to use him off the bench.
Well, the Angels last night in the 6th inning were trailing 10-0, and they scored 4 times in the 6th, 3 more times in the 8th inning. Vlad Guerrero has the ability to take a bad pitch and turn it into a good pitch, and one that he can drive. Big Daddy has 11 home runs and 32 RBIs. He had a great road trip, hitting over 370 with 3 home runs. 2 on for him. Ball 1.
He wanted it, though. That's his pitch right there. And he's telling himself that. He says, man, you know what?
And what's great about that comment, Hut, it wasn't a strike, and you're saying that's his pitch.
Right.
You're right.
He loves that one down there.
Abreu at second, Hunter at first. A pair of walks. And now Minor not ready to throw, and time called.
Well, Minor, he knows that Vladdy hits into a lot of double plays. So does Scioscia. So he's a little leery. He's saying, look, we got 2 pretty good base stealers out there. They might be trying to run on me here to stay out of the double play. So Polanco, the second baseman, is giving up some ground to Vladdy to try to hold Abreu.
Loops one towards right field. Ordonez coming on. He will make the catch. Excuse me, that is the new right fielder, Clete Thomas, to make the catch. Runners cannot advance, so 2 outs now in the 7th inning.
Good jam shot by Vladdy. See, that's why Leland brings in the guys that have a little bit more speed, can cover a little bit more ground. That inside pitch jammed him up. It's a good little running, sinking fastball, ball bearing in on his hands.
The Angels only have 1 hit with a runner in scoring position in this ball game, and that was the 3-run home run by Howie Kendrick in the 2nd inning. And they are the team, the best at that in the American League and the major leagues at 307 coming in.
But the last 5-6 games, they haven't been clipping them off like they were.
Juan Rivera 0 for 2 tonight with runners in scoring position, up for the 3rd time, and a fastball misses outside and low, and it seemed like Minor's front foot planted incorrectly, and he had to do a little hop and step after that pitch. Bobby C. Ryan Perry throwing for Detroit. 2 on, 2 out in the last of the 7th.
Little slider. He's a little nervous about Juan. He knows that Juan can hit homers too, so he's going to try to keep that ball out of the middle of the plate.
Rivera's gone deep 20 times this year. Outfielders are deep. Rayburn in left, Granderson center, Thomas in right. He threw that fastball right by Rivera. A high heater. Abreu walked with 1 out. Hunter followed with a base on balls. Angels have the tying runs on, looking for a big hit. Detroit won last night 10-7. They've got a 5-3 lead now in the 7th. Three and one.
That's a pretty good fastball there. 96. Good spot for him. Hoping for a swing and a miss.
Abreu and Hunter trying to get good secondary leads in case Rivera can gap one. Wow, 3-2, and he stayed with the hard stuff at 95 miles an hour and threw it past Rivera.
Well, that might be a good swing and miss there for Juan, because as hard as that ball is thrown, the sink that it had on it, that's a ground ball out unless he found the hole.
Rivera has been tough to strike out this year. Only 42 strikeouts for the big guy from Venezuela. Miners 3-2. Outside, ball 4. The Angels have him loaded for Eric Ibar, and Minor snaps at that baseball. Upset with himself. And he kicks at the mound, and Jimmy Leland has not made a move on him until Ibar's name is announced. He does have C, the left-hander, and Ryan Perry, the right-hander, warming in the pen. Perry's been a little wild, though, this year. And Abreu at third, Hunter at second, Rivera at first.
3 of them walked. You walk 3 in 1 inning, you usually end up getting hurt. It's going to be up to Ibar, though, to get a big hit.
Left fielder Rayburn comes in a few steps. He was back for Rivera.
Oh, nice changeup. Well, that was a beauty there. 81. Boy, that ball, that's a serious dip and slide away from Ibar.
And that's about 13, 14 miles an hour less than his fastball.
Oh, man, that's a perfect spot.
See if he doubles up with that pitch. He's had difficulty commanding his fastball. And he does double up with the changeup. Where's that pitch been?
That's right. All of a sudden, he's pulling out that off-speed pitches to Ibar, who's a free swinger.
He's gone from 80 to 96.
Very good contrast.
Angels have them loaded. They are 1 for 7 with men in scoring position tonight. The 1 hit, the 3-run home run by Kendrick. Minor calls time, and then Ibar steps out.
Hey, Fizz, I got a quick nugget off the wire. Mark Gubicza of the Royals has held the all-time strikeout mark in a game for over 21 years. Okay, but it finally got broke tonight by Zach Greinke. He punched out 15 Indians. So, Gooby, you had a nice mark for a long time, and your numbers retired there in Kansas City, but you just got clipped by Greinke. Congratulations, Zach Greinke, and to Gooby for holding that distinctive mark for almost 21 years. 88 he did it. He struck out in Minnesota. Here we go now. Back to the game. Couldn't help it. I had to get that breaking news out there on Gooby.
A 1-2 count with the bases loaded, a 5-3 Detroit lead. Again, time called this time by the hitter, Eric Ibar. Bobby Abreu with 1 out walk. Hunter then walked with 2 out. Juan Rivera walked. The Angels need a big hit. Ibar takes that changeup outside. Now it's 2-2. So he's gone 2-2. Doesn't want to go 3-2. If he goes 3-2 with 2 out, the runners will be moving. Then a base hit could clear the bases. Howie Kendrick waiting his turn on back. He has the only hit in the game for the Halos with runners in scoring position.
Tough hitter here, though. Ibar, he'll slap it.
And it gets away. And here comes Abreu, and he is out at the plate. A wild pitch denies the Angels from scoring a run as Bobby Abreu challenges Chad Fairchild. A wild minor winds up helping himself by throwing it in the dirt, and Avila with the play at the plate. It would go 2-1, inning over.
What a
Rally
nice
kill.
feed. Good tag by Minor.
Four ball game. Tigers still have the lead, 5-3. And Darren Oliver staying in the ball game to face Brandon Inge, Ramon Santiago, and Curtis Granderson. The pitch on the way is a breaking ball in there. Inge tonight with a pair of singles, one to right, one to left. And he strikes a foul ball out of play, so he's down in the count 1-2.
If you look how Inge is starting his at bat, he really wraps that bat almost forward, where the end of the bat's almost pointing at the pitcher. And, you got to bring that bat all the way around, and on that pitch there, so he fouled that off. Sometimes you loop your swing when you have to start it from that position and bring it back all the way around.
And then he swings and misses and strikes out against Darren Oliver. Let's go back and take a look at the play that ended the Angels' 7th.
I think if Bobby sees this again, he'll say he started his slide a little bit too early. See how he caught the dirt? It actually slowed him down. And you see where Minor, his foot was right in front of home plate. You want to aim for that, and that's where you start your slide. So he started a little bit too soon. It slowed him down just at the last minute. It was a pretty good decision to try to take that run, but the slide wasn't that great.
Oliver throws strike one to Ramon Santiago. 1 for 3 in the game. Reached on an infield hit. Was erased on a 5-3 double play by Sean Figgins in the 6th inning. One of 2 fine plays by Figgy tonight. Kendrick will throw out Santiago. So Oliver very quickly 2 outs in the 8th inning. Oliver doing a nice job out of that bullpen. Bolger was able to get a sacrifice fly, but then give up a double. Oliver came on, struck out Huff with runners on, and then intentionally walked Ryan Rayburn to get to Alex Avila and got him on a grounder to third. Now he opens the 8th inning by getting Inge and Santiago. Granderson has already had a very good game with a home run and a triple. His home run drew them within 3-2 in the 5th inning, and then Cabrera's blast to center tied it. He scored 2 in the 7th, a big hit from Polanco and the sacrifice fly by Ordonez. But Granderson's triple was debated. The umpires had to get together, call New York, take a look at the video, and the evidence was not conclusive that it left the yard. The ball is struck foul. 1-2. Granderson now 28 years of age from Chicago, Illinois. Went to the University of Illinois at Chicago. Baseball, basketball star there. Oliver's 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him with the slider and struck him out. Bottom of the 8th we go. We'll see Ibar when we come back. Howie Kendrick and Rob Quinlan. To the bottom of the 8th inning. The Tigers will have to face Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Rob Quinlan here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ibar was at the plate when Bobby Abreu was thrown out of the plate on the wild pitch thrown by Zach Miner. Miner will stay in the ball game despite being incredibly wild in that 7th inning. He walked the bases loaded, and then a wild pitch almost allowed a run to score. He throws strike one to Ibar, who has seen enough Minor pitches to understand that he's got a good fastball and a good changeup.
Yeah, so really he gets the bonus at bat of the night. Saw all those pitches in a tough situation, possible game on the line. Now he comes up, he's seen them all. I try to get this inning started, get on base, the catalyst going.
I thought that Jim Leland might go away from Minor to protect the 2-run lead to either Perry or Bobby C, but not yet. We've got right-handers coming up in Kendrick, Quinlan, and Mathis. This pitch is fouled off.
Another record for a team tonight was broken. Jacoby Ellsbury, he stole third base to give him 55 bags this year. That eclipsed Tommy Harper's old mark, franchise mark, held back in 1973. So congratulations to Ellsbury, putting his name in Red Sox law.
Boston never was a running team until Terry Francona took over as manager. First he allowed Damon to run, and now Ellsbury's been ripping them off. And he now has the American League lead over Carl Crawford. Ellsbury and Crawford were both tied with 54, and Sean Figgins was third with 37. Minor with the 2-2 pitch to Eric, a swing and a drive down the right side into the corner, but well foul. Try it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers trying to improve their lead to 4.5 games because the White Sox lost today to the Boston Red Sox 6-3. But the Yankees the Yankees lost to the Texas Rangers, so unless the Angels come back, the Halo lead would be cut to 4 in the West. A chopper up the middle. Polanco has it. Throws out Ibar. 1 down. Hey fans, Angels baseball wants to give you a chance to sit in the Chevy suite seats located on the field next to third base and a chance to win the all-new Chevy Camaro. Text Camaro to 31826 or go to angelsbaseball.com/Camaro For details and official rules, sit in the Chevy Sweet Seats and get a chance to win a sweet ride. Chevy, the official ride of Angels baseball. Here is Kendrick, and first pitch breaking ball. Minor's having greater success with his off-speed pitches, his curve and his change getting in the zone than he has his fastball.
Just giving Angels that 3 runs in the second inning, and that's all. Heck of a job by in-game adjustments by Washburn and now Minor, who walked 3 in that last inning in the 7th and got out of it without giving up a run. He's done a great job.
Minor's thrown 2 perfect pitches to Kendrick to get him down 0-2. Howie with a pair of hits, a home run and a line single. Angels have 8 hits today. Fastball, a called strike 3. And he dotted the outside corner at 94 miles an hour. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
Pitching and more pitching. That's why the Tigers are where they are, and it's not going to get any easier tomorrow for the Angels as Edwin Jackson will take the slap. He's been tough.
Myceris Turris is going to pinch hit for Rob Quinlan. Quinlan 0 for 3 with a ground out, pop up, and a ground out. Curveball in there. Man, all of a sudden Minor can't find a better command. His release point has been outstanding after he walked the bases loaded. Almost gave the Angels a run and a wild pitch. But the alert play by Avila to get it to him robbed the Angels of a run.
So he comes back out with a little renewed confidence as Morales steps to the on-deck circle with 2 outs.
They need Meiser to reach to bring Morales up, and he would represent the tying run.
Got that good mid-90s fastball that Zach Minor's sporting, plus a little bit of a curve and that changeup. He's been pretty good locating it, although he walked those batters that previous inning. Usually those 1 or 2 of them runs end up scoring, but Angels are lacking a big hit.
And this has been a classic example of letting a guy off the hook. Certainly Detroit's defense was outstanding early, but they had Washburn in the ropes. His command was not that good, but then Washburn figured it out and made the necessary adjustments, kept his team in the game. They tied it up, and then they gave him the lead. The count is 3-2 to Myceris Turris. All 4, so as Turris walks, and we will see Morales representing the tying run.
So we'll see if Leland goes to the bullpen to bring in the lefty to switch him over to the right side of the plate. Could see that here.
And here comes Jimmy. They were waiting at the last moment to give C as many pitches to throw as he could. Bobby C we saw last night, and we'll see him again on a Tuesday night at the ballpark. The left-hander will turn Morales around to bat from the right side, and we'll see you after this commercial break. Fireworks going off over at Disneyland. That means maybe the fireworks will erupt right here with Kendry Morales, who leads the team in home runs with 27 this year, and he is turning things around and batting from the right side. Morales has just 3 of his 27 home runs from the right side of the plate. Bobby C. has been terrific this year. He's compiled a 2.45 ERA over his last 39 outings.
Yep, he's solid. Fastball, slider. He's going to sink that 92-mile-an-hour fastball and use that slider as his out pitch.
The Angels have left 8 runners stranded tonight, including the bases loaded. Well, actually, 2 after Abreu was thrown out at the plate in the wild pitch.
Just 5 for 21 in this series with runners in scoring position. Now there's no one in scoring position now, but the Angels, that's been a mark they've been good at all year, but lately they haven't been able to cash in.
Strike call.
Morales 0 for 5 this season off the bench for Soch. Don't necessarily need a pinch hit homer. Those are hard to come by. Just to keep this inning alive here with 2 outs is all Soch is hoping for. Yeah, he's got extra base power, no question. He'll go gap. He's got pretty good strength from the right side. Just doesn't have enough at-bats.
He swings and drives it deep to right field. That ball's away back. And it is caught at the wall by Clete Thomas. What a great catch.
Jim Leland, he knows when to bring his defenders in.
Detroit's defense has been phenomenal tonight. They have been outstanding.
Wow, look at that. Nice at bat by Morales. He hit a shot timed perfectly. Clete Thomas, go ahead. Wow.
Off the wall, but Clete Thomas with a great break made a tremendous catch, and Detroit's defense has been excellent. Mike Napoli will come on to catch as Jeff Mathis is out. He's pinch hit for. Mike Siristouris stays in the game to play second base.
Angels just getting a little dose of their own medicine. Heck, that was some kind of defense. We've been seeing it all night by the Tigers. Helped out Washburn big time in the first inning. And they are playing baseball.
Well, this game is about momentum and about fortune sometimes, and right now the fortune smiling on the Tigers. They won last night 10-7, came from behind to take a 5-3 lead and have held it. A wild pitch that didn't wander far enough away. Zach Miner was on the ropes throwing everything wild, and the wild pitch helped him out. And then in the last inning, a drive by Morales and a leaping catch against the wall by Clete Thomas, and the Angels have now left 9 stranded. Up the middle, Ibar has it. Polanco is out, number 1 in the 9th. Well, here's Clete. He made that tremendous catch to rob Kendry Morales In that last frame, that likely would have scored Ibar from first.
You know, when you get put in for defense, that makes you feel pretty good. You're going, all right, he's got me in there to help close the game down. But, man, that's exactly what he's looking for. Not necessarily a great play like that, but when you're a confident defender coming in late, you know that's why you're in there. You have more confidence. What heck of a play there.
He had a grand slam to help the Tigers beat the Angels earlier this year.
With 2 outs, if Sturris would have scored, he was running.
Sturris has it. Thomas out, 2 gone. Darren Oliver, meantime, has done a brilliant job out of the bullpen last night and tonight.
All right, and now with 28 pitches thrown, that'll pretty much eliminate Ollie for any action tomorrow. Day game. We'll turn right back around these two teams and square up on a businessman special tomorrow with Joe Saunders starting for the Halos.
There's also a question mark about Rafael Rodriguez. He is unavailable today after being hit on a line drive, a smash on his pitching hand. And Mike Socha said before the ball game he's not available, so he might be a question mark for tomorrow as well. So Angels might be down and needing some help for their bullpen. They've been looking for arms before the waiver deadline on August 31st. Well, Miguel Cabrera doesn't run all that well, but he's only a triple for the cycle. And the 3 Tigers to hit for the cycle: Fryman, Easley, and Guillen since 1950. Fouled out of play.
Billy Wagner, he was out there. Red Sox picked him up. It's going to be a setup man for Papelbon.
And Billy Wagner was pitching very well. He had an overpowering 1-inning stint yesterday against the Phillies. In the 1 inning, he struck out 2 Phils. Cabrera, right center field, and Hunter after it makes the catch that will end the 9th inning. We head to the bottom of the 9th. The top of the order coming up. Higgins, Abreu, and Hunter. The Angels have one last chance. Currently lead the Chicago White Sox by 4, and Fernando Rodney coming out of that bullpen to try and close it out. He has only blown 1 save this year, 27 for 28, a 3.42 ERA, and after seeing his stuff last night, I don't know how he has a 3.42 ERA.
No, he definitely was on last night, and we saw him pumping that fastball up from 95 to 100. He reached a couple times. He's got an outstanding changeup, one of the best in the business from a closer's standpoint from a right-hander. He'll throw an occasional slider, but with those 2 pitches all and the contrast in speeds from 100 to about 86 with his changeup and the good movement on that changeup, he could be lethal.
Rodney must face first 3 Angels. Sean Figgins, who is 2 for 4 in the game, had a base hit in the first inning off Washburn and also a bunt single off Wash in the 5th. Sean will bat from the left side of the plate. So will Bobby Abreu, and then Torrey Hunter from the right.
Okay, Brandon Inge, the third baseman for Fernando Rodney. Walked over, they had a little conversation. I'm sure they were talking about if he bunts. Okay, if he probably said, look, I got everything unless it's right at you. He's playing in close. Got to look for the fastball off this guy. But there's a changeup for a strike, and nasty. He might just double up. That's a field pitch for him, but it feels really good for him last night and today, and he might just double up again.
I don't ever remember Rodney throwing this hard. That's a pretty good one at 98 miles an hour. He's 32 years old, only 5'11", about 218. He's out of the Dominican Republic. Was a setup man for years.
But he's got great mechanics. Really loads up well with his lower half. That's where he gets his power from. But he has a free and easy, nice delivery. You can see it's mostly arm too. He just kind of takes himself slowly back when he separates his hands. He just kind of strides forward. Some does not a big push off the rubber or anything like that, and then he just really torques that arm in there.
He is not allowed to run in his last 5 outings with 7 strikeouts and just 1 walk. Figgins takes a strike, and that had sink to it. I mean, that was like a 2-seamer that caught the inside corner. The count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pitching and defense. A few timely hits. Jim Leland's Tigers coming in here, looking to take the first 2 from the Halos.
Sean sends it foul left side.
Let's take a look at this closer. Like I said, okay, see that? It doesn't even have a high leg kick hardly. He just barely pushes off that mound, but he really uses his upper body for leverage. Turns it, and stays on top for the most part. He doesn't quite go right over the top. He's got a little bit of 3/4 in him to allow that nice little tailing, sinking fastball.
And then he almost hit Figgins in the foot. And a wild one, 3-2. Does he get that velocity? I know you said from the arm, but the hips, you said that late hip turn?
Yeah, he's real slow. He doesn't have a big, high leg kick. Sometimes when they balance themselves over that rubber, they get a little leverage and they can push down and drive off of it. But, you know, he mainly gets it with his hip turn and his arm.
Figgins with a base hit, and the Angels with life. The tying run will be coming to the plate. Good at bat by Sean, who has another 3-hit game.
Yeah, and Spiggy caught that changeup. And once you see that changeup enough, you can kind of tell it kind of floats up there a little bit. It has a little movement away, but he stuck it cleanly.
Bobby Abreu stuck one cleanly in the 8th inning last night for a 3-run home run that brought the Angels to within 3. They would fall 10-7. Abreu has flied out, popped up, struck out, and walked 0 for 3. 12 home runs, 84 RBIs this year. Figgins goes, strike 1 to Bobby. Indifference. They give Figgins second base. The only man that matters is Abreu, but Figgins does stay out of the double play.
Bobby Abreu leads the Angels with 19 go-ahead RBIs. Now they're not looking to go ahead here, but they're looking to get a little bit closer. This guy's been a very clutch hitter for the Angels all year long. Took a fastball at 97, first pitch.
Way inside. Rodney getting a little wild. He threw one back to the screen against Sean Figgins for a 3-2 count. And the next pitch was hit into right center field for a base hit. Angels have enjoyed 38 comebacks this year, second most in the majors to the Yankees. And 12 of their last 14 home wins have been comebacks. Good eye. Wow.
Yep. Bobby wants to knock in that run as bad as anybody, but it's going to be on his terms. Now that fastball, it's rushing up there pretty high 90s and close to 100. We've seen it on our gun at 100. But he just wants to use his hands. Let that power of that fastball provide the pop.
3-1. The Angels have tested Detroit every single inning, but they've left 9 men stranded. Hunter's waiting on deck. Mike Scioscia's hoping for one more inning of magic. 3-2. Bobby looked like he was taken all the way. Hunter not taking any chances, fouled a ball right squarely off his shin. Almost came out of the game. And then in his last at bat, he wore that shin guard, but was in the batting circle, on deck circle, without it, and was alerted and went back and put it on. Now Fernando Rodney with a man at second base, nobody out. The 3-2 to Bobby Abreu. Swung on, fouled off. That would have been ball 4, but at 100 miles an hour, man, I'm not sure if it looked or just he heard it whistle passing.
He just did a good job of staying alive.
Yeah.
That's for sure. This combination that Rodney has, that fastball and changeup, are really effective. I don't know another closer in the game that's got that kind of action.
Ball 4. Figgins will take third in the wild pitch, and Bobby Abreu's at first. It's a first and third for the Angels, and Rodney hasn't gotten a halo out yet in the 9th.
Leave it to the Angels. They're pesky. They got great eyes. They're second in on-base percentage in the American League, which is a mark that Scioscia's team's never seen. They're always down the bottom, but I tell you, they got a way of walking, and Figgins says, hey, look, I'm going to just walk into third base on that. And Jim Leland's going to come out and have a little talk with Rodney.
Because the Angels in this game have walked 7 times. Interestingly, not one of those walks have scored. The Angels walked the bases loaded in the 7th inning, and Zach Miner threw a wild pitch that rolled away from the catcher. Avila got to the baseball, threw home, and Zach Miner, the pitcher, tagged Bobby Abreu for the final out of the 7th. Then they got in a jam with a walk in the 8th inning, and Henry Morales roped one to the wall that Clete Thomas leaped at the wall, made the catch to deny the Angels their 4th run. And had that catch not been made, John Figgins at third base would represent the tying run.
Hey, you see, he's a 300 hitter against Rodney. Now we might see that occasional slider here just to give Hunter a little different look. His changeup's going to come into the right end. Fans starting to chant Torrey Hunter.
Torrey swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. And unlike Figgins, they're playing Bobby Abreu holding him at first base. Cabrera was well behind. They allowed Figgins to take second base. Now he's at third with nobody out.
Well, if Abreu is going to try to steal second base and stay out of the double play, he's going to try to pick a changeup. Takes a little bit longer to get home.
Avila does not have a great arm. They appeal and they say Hunter went.
Hey, looks like he offered at it. To me, like he did, he just tried to hold it back a little bit too far forward with his wrist. Whenever your wrist turn over, umpire sees that. That's an automatic usually.
Will Rodney go back to the changeup? Figgins third, Abreu first, 0-2 pitch, swung on, hit in the air, shallow center, Granderson coming on and makes a basket catch. The runners do not have a chance to advance.
Oh man, Granderson had to come a long way because they were playing no doubles. They were playing awfully deep. That ball had a chance to fall, but not because of the speed. That speed will take hits away. Look at him, he's coming hard. He says, I got it, get out of the way. That was a high, hard one that jammed Torrey Hunter a little bit. Now with Big Daddy Vladdy setting up with one out, might be a time to take a chance and send an Abreu.
Because Guerrero has hit into 14 double plays this year in only 66 games. Bobby does not go, and Vlad fouls it into the Angels dugout, or it skips on top and then goes into the crowd. They're still holding Abreu at first base because if he gets to second, he would represent the tying run and the single could score. Abreu goes. The pitch is line foul off the right side, and now 2 strikes to Big Daddy. Both these guys out of the Dominican Republic. Fernando Rodney in his 7th big league season. The Angels, Vladimir Guerrero, played for the Expos and now for the Angels, and he is 4 for 6 in his career against the Detroit closer. Abreu goes. Pitch again fouled off right side.
It's a good thing he fouled that one off, as that fastball was up there in the upper 90s. It might have thrown Abreu out on that, but got to take a chance here. That changeup, that's the one that's in the back of Vladdy's mind, but you can't look for the changeup, although sometimes a professional hitter like Vladdy, if he feels that's coming, he might sit on it. Not advisable to a guy throwing 100.
Just did get a piece of it, knocked the mask off of the catcher Avila. Been a heck of a ball game, back and forth. The Tigers have the lead. The Angels then went up 3-1 on Howie Kendrick's 3-run home run. Man, I tell you, the backstop and the umpire have really taken some cracks tonight. Abreu with the lead. Rodney looks over his shoulder. That is lined to Polanco, but getting back in time is Bobby Abreu. It's a good thing they didn't send Abreu, or that would have ended the game. Angels still with a chance, but now they have 2 out for Juan Rivera. Rivera, last 3 times up, has had runners in scoring position. He's popped up twice and walked to load the bases. If it ends right here, John Lackey would take the loss and Jared Washburn would get the win. A duel between 2 old friends who played together for the Angels back in the early part of this decade. Washburn now with the Tigers, coming over from Seattle. Juan Rivera fouls it off. Strike 1. Juan leads the Angels with 11 game-winning RBIs. Here in the bottom half of the 9th inning, the Angels have the tying runs on, 1st and 3rd. 2 out. A comebacker past Rodney. Polanco will take it. Throw out Rivera, and the Angels have fallen for the 2nd straight night. Rodney still has only 1 blown save this year. He is 28 for 29, and Jim Leland has a 5-3 victory.
You pitch and you defend, you win. Couple timely hits, and it's that